as it stands, not only in this game, but they're winning it. And if you want to keep up to date with what's going on, check out the B stream. You can see the URL there. Keep tabs on exactly what's going on.
Yeah, twitch.tv/HGS if you want to watch FaZe's potential last game, unless there could be a comeback from LVT, but we'll keep you updated on that one. LVT already have beaten SSG so far this tournament, so it's not out of the realms of possibilities. Speaking of SSG, back to our feature game, Space Station versus Optic. It's a 2-0 lead at the moment. We're going into Stronghold's Recharge, which is a very strong game type for Space Station, but Optic have taken them down before. In fact, the only team that has beaten SSG on Stronghold's Recharge is Optic Gaming. Can they do it again? Can they get a 3-0 against one of their biggest competitors? Will the revenge tour carry on? And can the Green Wall stand up strong once more?
Salt Lake City wasn't that long ago. It's fresh in the memories. And SSG were in this very same position, and they came back to win 3 straight and complete the reverse sweep. And Optic Gaming learned from the lessons, and they licked off the wounds, and they're ready to go again. 2 fall for each team, camouflaged down in no man's land.
All I will say, remember what we saw from Optic Gaming on that Stronghold game of Solitude against FaZe? It was unbelievable. The trick gap they held for quite some time. If they can play even remotely close to how well they played in that series, then this is going to be a very tough game for Space Station. They find themselves into that elimination bracket. Early scoring for Optic. It's an A and C hold, which is usually a little bit unorthodox, but you can make it work. Keep spawning the other team in pipes and keep the pressure every single time they do spawn, but Eco makes sure the one escaping player of APG is tracked down.
He drops down. Kills Stellar. Eco opts not to chase. Like you say, instead, securing A. Not so successful. That means that PlayStation will score for a little while, for a long while, as APG steps inside B, and Lucid and Trippy combine to get 2 kills, make it 3. APG, the latest to fall, but it's a triple cap for the Green Wall.
Optic Gaming have been in the lab. They have been doing their prep. They've been doing their homework when it comes to Strongholds. They've really changed how they want to approach these games, how aggressive they tend to go. The trick caps that they've been pushing, always pressuring off spawns at the same time. As again, they're looking to take B whilst they take the fight over towards C. Now it's going to be a case that Space Station will spawn at C, and Optic can just be a little bit more patient here. They're a man down. They just have to wait and hope that they can catch one of these SSG members off guard.
Penguin in tower. Lucid tried to close the gap, but Stellar waiting around the corner, waiting for a little bit of overexposure. And again, Optic Gaming's hold is strong. He goes in batteries, down to half shields now. Nobody on Optic to get in close to him just yet, but Trippy's there. APG with camouflage. Shot from the heavens. Stellar's in trouble as well. He will fall. And all the kills are falling in favor of the Green Wall.
Optic are just playing flawless at the moment. It seems like nothing is going to get in their way in their mission to get their revenge from Salt Lake City, get themselves back to where they truly believe they belong, of lifting trophies once more. And they are so close to the winners final now. 88-6 in the early stages. Space Station finally start scoring and have control of A and B, but we know what Space Station are capable of here. They can get a proper hold. If they can get all 4 dead onto Optic, that's when it can start to get scary. So Optic needs to keep they need to keep up that pressure as they have been for so long.
A in control. Trippy gets 1, gets 2. Formal's there as well. Stellar on Sneaky, has to back down long haul. And Optic again take that 4-man setup of A and C, and this time Trippy wants to impose perhaps play C by himself.
What you want to do really is encourage time for C. If you do go to C, if you're overwhelmed, you just out-rotate them and you head to B. And then you trap them at C again. It is as simple as that when you do it on a piece of paper, but you've got to make sure you get the kills at the same time. As Penguin tries to survive, tries as he might, he cannot do so. And again, it's going to be the spawns over towards gold and long, as A and C still scoring now.
SSG have a lot of distance to cover over those gold spawns. They have got numbers. Camouflage also popped up. Formal tries to get the sticky grenades to land. Hasn't applied enough glue. They fly right past bound. A and B now in control of Space Station, but APG will get one.
That is the danger of holding A and C, though. If the battle is won at A by the team that is being held at B, then suddenly they get the A and B set up, they can trap you at C, and they can score quite a significant amount of points if they get the setup properly. But Optic have done very well at not allowing Space Station to set up, and one of the perfect ways to break any setups is a camouflage.
Trippy just waiting, surveying the land, weighing up his options. Transfers once more. Trippy dips away through blue. Perhaps recognizing the help isn't there. He steps in just a fraction too late. He is there enough to get 2 kills. Must slip away once more into the cover of darkness. Formal will fall over towards B. Progress just under half made, but kills favoring SSG right now.
I love what I'm seeing at the moment from Optic Gaming, the way they're playing, but will I love what they're hearing? It's time for a listen in. Let's see what Optic Gaming are doing.
Tower stairs. Yo, half shield, top tower. Top. We got one. In B. Shockdown or turbine, guys.
Top tower,
All tower. Shockdown's a turbine. Yeah, there's 2 guys tower side. Where we spawning here?
So we got top tower.
I spawned gold.
We spawned it. This is good.
Do not die. Honest battle. I definitely that dude.
Got you, big bound.
Absolutely right. Yo, Ballage.
Ballage one ping, Ballage one ping. Let's see Tommy. Let's see him.
Absolutely. There's 2 guys tower. Here.
I think
Ballage still gold.
He one shot ping. One shot
Absolute gold stairs.
Top tower, half eco. Top tower, one shot eco.
Yo, double stack.
Top tower,
Top tower, one
I
shot
have
eco.
the cross. Yo, I'm gonna push long haul.
Okay, Tommy.
I'm watching your spot.
Top tower.
I'm playing kill top.
Yeah. Yo, we gotta walk forward a little bit.
Top tower, my cross cat.
Absolute. Yo, one guy double stack. Yeah, blue playing absolute double stack. Half shield.
Top tower, we can sell it.
One shot
Top tower.
Go see.
One shot in the box.
Bottom mid bound, came on guys, came on now.
One shot mega pit.
Nice, 3 dead. All dead. Go see.
Go back to shots probably up. Shots probably up. I spawned gold.
Hold cold door. Yo, go either guys. In B.
Look at me.
They're looking for me.
Shot B,
Throwing.
Hold army, I think.
Yo, 2 guys, gold door.
Yo, I'm gonna flank them guys, stay alive.
Bottom tower.
You guys go door. Quick as shit. Oh my god. Go to weak. Triangle weak.
Still triangle.
Never
Not blocking C, guys. We're not blocking C. Yeah. I'm gonna go back to C. There's a guy back silo. There is a guy there. I'm here, Brad. I hear that, Matt. I hear that.
You're alone, Matt. You're alone.
I'm watching your cross.
Tower.
Yo, 2 guys, top bottom tower.
I do love what I hear. They're making sure they're calling out the right things. They are ensuring that they are blocking the right spawns. As Optic Gaming now almost ahead by 100 points yet again, and 60 away from winning this entire series.
Optic Gaming fans have been waiting so long to see this version of their team. What a time to do it. Already beaten FaZe. Very close to beating the reigning champions, Space Station Gaming. B and C has been lost. Trippy's happy to just stay alive for the moment. They are losing A, but there's 2 members over towards lockers. Formal should be there to get the kill. Bound continues to make it a difficult task. He has eventually gone down. Stellar's there to trade it out. 3 dead for the green wall.
This is Space Station's chance then to get back in. Trip cap, Forster spawns over towards C. APG's on his own over towards gold, but it looks like alongside Trippy, they've been able to get a kill onto Eco, and they're going to try and wrestle B back. If they can get a B cap, then at least they've got something, but no, Bounce stops it, but not for long enough. As now B is going to be in control, they can try and flip C, and it forces Space Station to make a move towards one or the other.
Formal's going to fight over towards C. They will lose B, but they've captured C. And they have a base of operations to push out from. Lucid on double stack. Takes more damage than he was able to put down. Stellar expertly backs away. Recognizing he is so important to the hold over towards B, controlling gold pipes. Optic push is coming over towards A. It's been stopped for now. Lucid bottom tower. Trippy top catwalk. APG's got a kill. Makes it 2. While Lucid remains in tower, Trippy fell towards A. The push does not go
The Optic really want to take that goal here. Bound is their next target. Formal at least has the camouflage to work with, so it will give him the chance to potentially push in. You can see he's just trying to gather information at the moment. And all the meanwhile, APG goes for round 2 at top gold as Penguin just keeping sure he watches that doorway. But there's the pick, there's the second, and now Optic can push.
Formal
Breaks down the hole, the use of the camouflage. Got 2 more players weak as well. Unfortunately, Trippy can't capitalize on the damage done. As he slides towards A, he will go down. ATG, the final member standing, but he's been managed to capture B in the meantime.
Captures B, but they still have A to Space Station, and they're flipping C. This is good reactive play from SSG, making sure they move when Optic Gaming are moving at the same time to outclose them away. Suddenly, this is only a 3-point game, and they can try and rescue A back again. But at the same time, they're also fighting C. This is a different for both teams.
Repulsor pushes him away, but he can't get A. SSG hold on, and they've taken the lead here. They pass over the 200-point threshold. Camouflage in just over 10 seconds as Stellar waits.
Formal wins the engagement, maybe gets the camouflage as a reward here, but he'll be spotted out as well. This has been the perfect last minute or so for Space Station, if not longer, but now Optic Gaming rescue control back. B and C in control. Camo could be burned, won't be burned! Finally goes down. But is it enough to create distractions here for Optic Gaming? They can get into A. This is where they need to be taken. They need to get A back. They don't want the poor man setup. They want that A and B hold so they can force Space Station into the same spawns they've been doing to them for the last couple of minutes.
They've got A. They hold B. Do they have the damage required to stop the push? Penguin's gonna cross catwalk. He tries to back away. He drops down to Mangler pit. That will stop the push somewhat. More damage done. Vincent needs help over here. Into the doorway. He has his own problems to deal with. And Eco and Penguin get 2. 3 down for Optic. Setup broken wide open.
Yeah, this is Space Station showing why they are so good at strongholds, King of the Hill, anything that is about breaking setups. SSG have worked on that all year long. And now Optic, they are on the back foot. They take down 2 though, make it 3. Penguin's the last remaining player. This is a big fight over towards C here if he can win this one and keep these points being scored.
Penguin got the reset, he's got the pistol, he gets a trade. Is that good enough? A is transferring hands, but B doing the same. Eco's trying to capture batteries. He's got teammates on hands. Bound drops down on the bridge to take out Formal. 2 down for Optic Gaming. And SSG just over 10 points away from victory.
It's one last push for Optic now. It looks like Lucid's heading over towards C. They're going to try and get their toes in that one and take the fight. But Stella now will go towards A. But he gets shut down. C's still been taken, but he gets reset.
Space Station are on the cusp of victory. Lucid tries to desperately stay alive. A reset comes through. A and B though for Optic Gaming. Lucid and Formal get the kills. Camo's up. This could be pivotal.
Camo could be massive. All you really want to do here for Optic is probably watch this camouflage, bait it. You can see Formal waiting as SSG now with one last push. Bound sends it into A. B is being taken at the same time. Lucid survives, but what's happening at B? He gets taken by SSG, and SSG rips the game from Optic Gaming. Series still alive here as SSG makes sure they hold on.
Optic Gaming's victory was snatched from the jaws. And SSG survive in this series. They're pushing us to a game 4.
Space Station say we are the reigning champs for a reason. We will not go down without a fight. And we will not be sent into the elimination bracket that easy. Optic so close to making it a 3-0 sweep and finding themselves in the winners final, but now they have to go to those 2 difficult game types that I was talking about earlier. But really, what a game of strongholds it was. I mean, Optic had control for quite a significant amount of time to begin with, but then Space Station for the mid to late game, they held Optic back, and I thought it was going to be enough in these final moments when Optic held on. It was a split push at A and at B that just meant it was too much to watch for Optic Gaming.
The kill appeared to be good on A, but SSG wrangle a plan together and pull off the unthinkable in the 11th hour. Last year when Optic Gaming lost a game like that, they were unshakable. We'll see what they're made of here.
So it was a kill by Penguin onto APG. Bound distracts Lucid while Stella and Penguin They made sure they jumped into B together to get that hill, to get that stronghold, and secure that victory for the team. And that could do wonders for Space Station, because now we head to King of the Hill Solitude. We head to Slayer Streets. Space Station have lost neither of these game types all year long. Yes, granted, King of the Hill Solitude is a lot newer, but they still have a 3-0 record on this map and mode.
The tall order for Optic Gaming. These two game types on the horizon. What we've already been speaking about. How they turn the page. They've looked different, they look special. Particularly against FaZe. Last time they played Solitude, they shut FaZe down. 250 points to 11 or something insignificant. Different game type this time. It's all about control. King of the Hill is up next.
It's all about putting your body on the line, being prepared to gather that time whilst trusting your teammates to keep you alive. And both these teams have players who are more than happy to do that. They know how to win here at Halo Infinite. There is not selfish players on either of these teams. There is not stat players on either of these teams. Every single man on that stage will do what needs to be done to get a victory here. My worry is if we end up in a game 5. Because on this game, Slayer Streets have really struggled so far this season. I feel for the green wall, it has to be here in King of the Hill Solitude if they want to be victorious in this series.
We don't have to wait long. We're getting straight back into the action. And Space Station Gaming have a lifeline. Are they about to do yet another reverse sweep? They've already planted the seed. They need only apply water and watch it flourish. Optic Gaming, although they hold the series lead, this game type could be even more difficult than the last. We're underway, and we're on board with Eco in the cafe.
First Hill always tells us a lot about teams here on King of the Hill Solitude. Who is going to put their life on the line a little bit more? Who is prepared to be a little bit more risque and try and take that extra time? Stella! If he starts hitting shots like that, it could be very bad news for Optic Gaming. Oh boy! Game on, series on. We might even go to a game 5 if he's playing like this.
Stellar's woken up. Sniper rifle is better in very few hands than this man. Oh! He's putting on a clinic. Finally shut down. As are two other members of Space Station. And it's Optic who have control of Snipe. And can threaten to put some score down and some time in the hill. They've got all three members with Space Station in front of them, but Bound is behind them in loop. 2 down, apiece.
I say, who's going to put their body on the line for the hill? Who's going to put their body on the line, get in the way of the bullet of Stella so that you can shut him down? Optic sent 3 players towards Snipe there to make sure that that sniper rifle was ripped out of his hands. And all the meanwhile, not many points scored by either team at the moment, or not much time, should I say, in this first hill. Stella just trying to get the shots over towards Lucid at Glad. But it is Optic who have got the center of this first hill at the moment.
Optic has given up Snipe spots. Opting instead to hold towards top gold. Stella gets a back whack. Formal's there though. He's rotated around. Stellar could be his latest victim. Yes, he is. Double kill. Penguin will spawn towards blue, head garbage truck and clean up Formal. Continue to put down damage. Trippy, jiggle peaks, all the meanwhile.
Such a big angle from Penguin right now at top posters, because you can be the one to challenge Light Rifle before they can shoot the hill, and that's why Penguin wants to take Light Rifle away from them here. Take Glass away from them, because it protects his teammates in the hill. And with Formal going down, it means that now Penguin will own this side of the map. Force the spawns over towards Snipe, and it gives you more protection in that top hill.
Real estate's getting real expensive on Solitude. Glass is a hefty price. Penguin was willing to pay it. He's claimed it for his team, and you can see immediately they're starting to reap the rewards and benefits of him doing just that. I is trained on Snipe. His only job is to protect Bounce back.
Spawns over towards blue, means that Bound can definitely be naded out. You just back them off top middle, but they're still scoring at the moment, our Space Station. Finally, Bound gets shut down again. It was the grenade as expected, but they gave so much info there. He needs to fight to trade because Eco was able to help as several members of Optic pulled, but moved this up quickly. A chance to protect the hill for him.
Luke is trying to stand and stand tall. Two members of few will live the fight there. 4 dead, double kill, and 1-0 to SSG.
And a chance for Stella to get that sniper rifle in his hands once more. He's had eyes trained on it, scoped in. But Stella escapes as he puts 1 bullet into APG. Not enough to get the kill, but certainly warning shots around as Optic survived. They made sure they were calling Stella out there. They did not allow him to get away.
Stella with a sniper rifle. The boss fight, never your face with him. They managed to deplete his health bar. Do so remaining intact. Lucid and Formal again on hand to get 1 more. Formal lands the body shot, turns his attention towards Eco. Heads up play from the veteran. Somehow he's managed to dip away, but not for long. Lucid's there, APG 2. And now they can start to score in the top of driveway, but SSG have already claimed half the time they need.
They have, but 3 were dead, and now Formal has his chance to show off what he can do with the sniper. He said what Stella was going to do, but Formal was doing just that earlier in this series. And it really can be the difference maker on Solid. Consistently hitting the shots. QT's up. Formal trying to hit some no scopes, but Stella's there to shut him down immediately.
Massive kill for him though. Gets 1. After being spawned, remains staggered, and numbers remain a little bit janky. Optic still have a member in gold. Sniper rifle shot in anger, but it didn't connect. Nobody in hill. 2 minutes and 5 on the clock.
So often on Solitude we see just a couple of hills gathered, and then it doesn't seem like there's long left in the game because it is so heavily contested, so many of these hills. So easy to push off spawn, so easy to nade off spawn as well. 3 dead for Optic Gaming, make it 2 now. As Penguin's trying to hold on, trying to get the last little slither of this hill. Backs out, avoids the grenades, will get help though. It's 2-0 to Space Station with 2 minutes left on the clock. And Optic Gaming, they need this 3rd hill. They could not allow this to go to Space Station, otherwise this game will be done.
2 hills left on the clock. Time for Optic to gather themselves and go again. The problem is, many members trapped in blue, which is usually the spot you want, particularly when this hill is up. Penguin will pop the QT. He has to get out of jail free card, tries to use it. Doesn't do so quickly enough. Back Eco back into the yard. 3 challenge though. Trippy's down to no shield, no doubt. SSG will start to lean this side. Optic putting down some real decent time here. Bound, bottom dip. SSG also have a member top middle in the shape of Penguin. As long as Trippy can keep these spawns, he's in a good spot. 1-1 against Penguin though, and he does survive.
Big him. Make sure you win that, and you need to now make sure someone's getting in this hill because that clock is slowly ticking away. And it is very much on Space Station's side right now. Trippy needs to watch Luke. Communicate to the team that he is going to be watching that loop as well to tell them if they're going to be pushing up to posters. But with Formal going down, Trippy knows that he can't afford to stay in the hill. He's just getting faded out. And I mean, again, the clock is going to start ticking.
Trippy gives it up. Doubles back though. No harm, no foul. 1:03 now. The sands of time begin and continue to hamper and hinder Optic Gaming. APG will strafe back and forth, trying to survive, avoiding grenades but not avoiding bullets. 52 now on the clock.
52 on the clock. Space Station just trying to shut out Optic. Let's see what the communication's like with SSG. We've heard it from Optic. What are SSG doing?
You guys do? Top board, yeah?
Yeah, blue truck. Blue truck.
Hill's kind of weak.
You turn to soda. You turn to soda.
One shot dip.
Dead. Lucid Hill.
Hey, bottom
Dude,
minute flutter.
Soda
Bottom minute flutter.
machine.
Bottom minute flutter.
Soda machine.
On you, on you.
Soda.
Where's the next hill go?
Fine. They're here. Speak on benches. Speak on benches. Speak on benches.
Spawn flutter.
He's just on the hill. He's just on the hill.
Bottom mid, I think. Blue truck formal.
I'm looking.
One shot blue truck formal. And in hill.
Hey, yours one shot trippy.
Jump the truck, guys. U-turn.
Look at top gold right now.
U-turn. Absolute U-turn.
Hold on.
That's 2
Top mid. 2 in hill. 2 in hill. I can flank him.
Last 2.
Okay, heard.
Yeah, no, weak.
That's strength weak.
Then there's a flank.
ABG's weak. ABG's weak.
Nice.
Go
One shot.
back.
One shot.
Get out of it.
Nice, good shot in.
30 seconds.
UT's up.
Yo, loop right now. Loop trippies.
I can guard bottom mid.
LR ramp.
Trippies loop.
Green stairs, guys. Green
LR
stairs.
Watch
Sorry,
the
sorry.
They're gonna go in a sec.
Yes, he is.
Be good.
Traded.
Nice.
Gonna come in a second.
Loop right now. Green stairs.
Level.
23 seconds left. SSG still on top. They just need to hold out this hill. They didn't know where the hill was going, by the way, but Elamite at least was on form to make sure he knew he'd done his research. As 2 go down for Optic Gaming, 12 seconds left.
They've got a member in the hill, but just as quickly he gets out, they get the kill. Lucid gets 1, 2 dead. Stellar has to be an influence here. He can't do so. It has to be a perfect hold from Optic Gaming.
This is still doable, and I think Optic know it as well. If they can get the first onto Eco, then they'll have the extra player on the map. This is still achievable for Optic Gaming. 8 seconds left on the clock, but they cannot afford to slip up. They cannot step out of this hill.
It's still on the cards. Optic Gaming still have a member in the hill, but all of a sudden they're getting garbage truck spawns. They're getting influenced elsewhere. 2 go down for Optic Gaming, but they've still got Formal in there. He gets the kill, and he captures the hill.
We're going to overtime. Still a chance for Optic Gaming. They keep this game alive, and SSG cannot hold them out via the clock. That is always the danger of trying to play time. If you give Optic Gaming an inch, they will take a mile. 2 minutes now, back on the clock, and we're heading over towards Hotel.
And all of a sudden, have the winds changed. And in the sails, green wall. Trippy, over toward top blue, bound. And Eco, excuse me, will fall. Stellar was down to no shield. Trippy does not care about it. Instead, prioritizes staying alive. Bound comes back to fight off more than you can choose perhaps. Trippy continues to survive, but 1 will fall.
Formal has to snipe. Get taken out. You really want to be holding snipe spawn here. You get so much vision, so much coverage of this hill. And of course, if you have a sniper, even better, you can do more damage. That's why Lucid's trying to hold on to snipe side right now. But Bound is eating away at this time. Bound is trying to just collect as much points as he can, whilst Optic are forcing themselves into other areas. And he jumps down Trippy. APG gets behind.
APG's in Hotel, and he's checking in. Lucid will also step into the hill, but APG will fall. Grenades getting spun out from Cafe at the hands of Eco, who desperately just tries to keep them out of the hill, and has done so successfully for now.
Tell you what, this clock's starting to look very scary for both teams. 1 minute on the shot clock. Formal gets the opener, APG gets a second. 3 are dead, Optic Gaming now can push in. Eco, he's caught in no man's land really, and they want to shut him down. They want to take him off snipe here so they can get the coverage, so they can get the vision.
Trippy chases the S1. Eco was ready for it. Trippy gets all up in his face and lands a haymaker.
2 dead for SSG. Hill still being held here. And Trippy knows there's someone behind him, just needs to com that to the team because they've got the perfect angle.
48 seconds is all they have. SSG looks like they're desperately hanging on, but they have got control of Dip and indeed Flowers as Bound soars down bottom middle. Trippy down to no shields. Eco gets the pick. 3 dead for Optic Gaming here, and perhaps this one's not done just yet.
You cannot split the difference between these 2 teams at the moment, so evenly matched. If that clock goes down to 0 and no one scores, there will be a reset and first. You want to get this done if you get the opportunity here, but you don't want to throw everything and then give it to the other team. SSG maybe feel like they have more on the line here as Optic now try and make their push. 2 go down. SSG with the chance to hold this hill.
Lucid still over towards Snipe, but Eco's gotten a kill. They're trying to clear him out, they're trying to flush him. They need to get close. They've got members over towards Snipe, and they've got almost the time that they need. Lucid continues to survive on S4, but Trippy has fallen. And could that be the pick that they need? Could that be the most important kill of the game?
Nice shot from Penguin though, he gets to get in the hill, and they do! 3 are dead for Optic Gaming, and Space Station need to hold, and Trippy, can he do anything on 4? No, he can't! We're going to a Game 5 in the winner semis! SSG are making a series of this one, and this is why they were the champs in Salt Lake City, and this is why they want to do the 2-peat.
And very quickly, as we have a Game 5 on the cards, this was exactly what you said Optic Gaming did not want. You said they needed to do it in 4. We're going to Slayer.
Game 5 has not boded well for Optic Gaming in most recent tournaments. They've really struggled in that Slayer. And whether it's mentality, whether it's game type, it doesn't really matter. The stats are facts at that point. We saw it happening at Salt Lake. Game 5, they lose to FaZe. Game 5, they lose to SSG. And they were so close to having a chance here at winning in Game 4, but Space Station were not phased. They were 2-0 up. They almost threw it away, trying to play time, letting it go to 2-2. It was looking like we might have even had a map reset of overtime. It was that darn close. But Space Station kept their cool. They kept hold of that hill, and they did not allow Optic Gaming to bully them off spawn. And it means we will get a Game 5 Slayer between two of the best teams that we have in this tournament.
Space Station Gaming are on the cusp of matching the same feat they did in Salt Lake City and performing the reverse sweep against Optic Gaming. The question remains, do Optic now have what it takes to ice up? Recently, the answer has been no. But this team has looked different this tournament.
Well, well, well. It's Game 5, it's Space Station, it's Optic, it's Slayer Streets. Now, if this was Slayer Livefire, I'd be trying to tell you, yeah, Optic have a real chance. This could be Optic's game. Forget their Game 5 statistics. Space Station are 8-0 on Slayer Streets this year. Optic are what, 3-5? 4-5, excuse me. It's a 50-50 game for Optic Gaming, but it is a 100% win record for SSG. They are so good at Slayer Streets. And that really worries me for the Green Wall, because not only is now the stats against them on Game 5, the stats against them on Slayer Streets, but they're going to be in their own heads. They're going to be thinking about what has happened in these Game 5s against SSG historically. They need to try and push this aside. They need to try and ignore these numbers on your screen. Optic need to give Space Station their first loss on Slayer Streets if they want to find themselves in the Winners Bracket Finals.
Optic Gaming have to dig deep, or they will be fighting from the elimination bracket. And for Space Station, the game plan is back on form. Rockets have been scooped up. Optic Gaming have whisked them away. The perfect start for the Green Wall. 2 go down. Trippy's still got 1 rocket to play with. Prioritizes surviving for now.
I will say, when we saw Optic Gaming play this earlier on against FaZe, they really dominated rocket control. They slowed the game down. They frustrated FaZe. They constantly forced them into those spawns over towards Tram. They can do something similar. Maybe they can find a recipe for success and finally shut down Space Station on a game which they have not lost so far in Halo Infinite this season.
APG chased the kill. He survived. He fell towards Statue. Game clock level, at least it was. And is again, 6-6 now. Lucid has the stalker rifle. He can output so much damage with that weapon. As showcased right there.
He got the mat to finish it off himself. He said, don't worry, I got it. Stalker rifle is so good in the right hand. It's about to be out of ammo. As soon as it is out of ammo, that's when you need to communicate to your coach. Get that on the timer. Make sure you are the team to pick it up next, because it is a hugely beneficial weapon when you are trying to control this map. Those long lanes, or just trying to do damage from these towers. Make sure it is your hands.
Remaining bullet, just to put it back on respawn. It's different from what we've seen before. They had FaZe in this position, trapped in Tram. As the threat sensor goes down, we'll have picked up a little bit of information, enough to ensure they get the kill. Onto APG, at least 3 dead. Lucid's last man standing. Immediately turns trying to survive. Rockets have been scooped up by Penguin. He's down to half shields. In tires, make it 1 shot. But it matters now, as now he has the boombox.
I think that's going to be the difference here as well. FaZe were unable to really get those rockets. I think actually FaZe only got 1 rocket against Optic on this map and mode earlier. The Space Station tied up 1-1 in rockets gathered, but Penguin 0 for 1 in rockets hit. That Shroud actually gives him the chance to push up. Makes the second one connect though, and will continue to push, but APG holds strong. His VR still as solid as it has been for the last decade.
Steady as a rock, reliable. APG in that situation. Plasma grenade goes down, doesn't do any damage, thankfully. As the gangster slides towards garbage. Trippy's gonna kill with the Bulldog. Penguin will also join him. Bound goes down. 3 dead for SSG. And APG gets back to his teammate as they begin to hold a very clear setup.
I think this Game 5 is going to tell us whether Optic Gaming are capable of winning a championship here at Fort Worth. If you can beat Space Station on their best Slayer game type in a Game 5 where historically you've been struggling, maybe this is a return and this whole feature is back to its fine form that we've seen so often in Halo Infinite. However, if they're to lose yet another Game 5, if it's another reverse sweep they go down to, this is when mentality really becomes an issue. And it's so difficult to pick yourself up from those scenarios.
Speaking of mentality, and a player you rely on so much, not only in every game, but particularly in those Game 5s, those icy moments. You look, turn to a man with experience, that man more often than not is forward. At the moment, 0, 1, and 6. No doubt, past the turn of the game around. Not impeded too much on the scoreline, 15 to 15. No doubt, he's been putting down enough damage for his teammates. Eco and Stellar make moves towards the Rockets. APG frantically calling that out. Eco's whisked away towards L. They've got Bowen behind them on railings though. As Lucid closes the distance, Rockets are gone. Lucid gets one. As APG continues to fire into the smoke, Eco could be about to join him. APG gets one. 18 to 17 kills, ever so slightly in favor SSG.
19 to 17. SSG now on top, Trippy trying to escape. Should just be able to get away as the Rockets, as you said, were scooped up by Penguin, and he still has 2. Optic were unable to really see where he went because of the Shroud screen. That's why that Shroud really did change how this map is played, how those Rockets are gathered. But again, the first one is missed. Penguin reassessed it. It's in the lateral, his teammate as well, but he's able to get a double.
Trade went out as well. 3 kills for Penguin in that one fight. 2 kills difference. Lucid in a 1v1 against Bound. Gets traded out. Center eventually gets there. APG will bob and weave. Will try to give Stellar the wiggles. 2 members of Optic Gaming converge. Try and hunt down Stellar. They've lost him just a little bit here. Formal will go down. Stellar has a killing spree. 3 kill game.
Stellar is not the player you want to allow to get out of control and to start to freely roam the map. You see it happen time and time again where he gets let loose and he will find a way behind you. He'll creep behind you and drill those shots. 26 to 23. It's a slender lead, but it is a lead that Space Station can work with here. Optic are staying close enough in it and not allowing Space Station to get away. If this becomes a 5+ kill lead for Space Station, that's usually when they just find themselves with so much success in controlling the map. Here comes the next set of Rockets.
Rockets up. Lucid gets the pick. Formal drops down. Risks his life to secure the Rockets and gets away from a close fall. Is Eco in a position to pick up the Rockets? He has to show. He gets meleeed. Lucid gets another kill. And Trippy's got hands on Rockets.
Trippy secures the Rockets and secures a kill. 31 to 30. Optic regain the lead here.
Some chance of SSG around the arena. All 4 members of SSG towards Arcade and Red Room. APG could be about to walk into a trap here if he's not too careful. Puts it in reverse towards Caution. Do they know all 4 members are positioned there? APG will go down. And Trippy tries to capitalize on the damage that he's done. 3 dead for SSG. Optic Gaming are piecing it together.
Yeah, I think they realized very quickly Space Station were holding hands in the arcade. It's a perfect for Trippy. It's a 3-kill lead now for Optic Gaming. And by having the lead, they can be the ones to dictate the pace. They can try and force Space Station back into trial once more. I think they saw the spawns over towards Pink here, and you can see that's why Trippy's taking this angle at Agen. He's waiting, he's baiting his teammates, waiting for a little bit of a call out maybe to finish off the damage. But it's no bueno. Space Station are not falling for it. They are not pushing. They have time to work with at the moment. And this is why Space Station are so good at this map, is they will take their time and they will find a way to break you. But if Optic can hold off, maybe one more push and gain that kind of 5+ kill lead, with 4 minutes remaining, this is doable.
Trippy 12 and 6. There's a reason why Clutch calls them Big Game Trip. He's bailed up to get out of a sticky situation time and time again. Looking to do so here and now. Push them into the winners finals. Gets one. Lucid secures a second. Penguin will fall. Slays have come at the right time as rockets have just popped out the oven and they're ripe.
Oh, but Lucid doesn't quite grab them, but it doesn't matter. No rockets, no problem. They're still on the map though. You want to be able to secure them, which he does the second time around. Wastes them quite intelligently, really, because I think he was very scared he was going to go down. It's a 5-kill lead for Optic. 3 versus 3 on the map. Space Station are so desperate to try and control the A side, and finally they get it. Finally they force the game to the ground. 2 big kills in favor of Space Station. It's now only a 3-kill game here as Optic just try and scatter out of Tram and try and survive.
Form will turn tail, put the smoke down to cover his escape. Got away with his life. Just about. As quickly as SSG had A side, chasing down those killed beams, they spawn and are back down at Tram once more. Bound's got a kill though. Hold on. This one's not done just yet. Bound though. Runs straight into Lucid's plasma grenade. Expertly placed. It's a 2-kill game.
I mean, without that stick, they're going to be overwhelmed by Space Station. Massive. Yes, he went to right. His 18 kills would have been one of the most important so far in this game. 2 minutes 35 on that clock. The clock could become a big factor here if the game keeps slowing down in the way it has been.
Dude, what?
In 28, both teams will naturally want to try and set up for this, which will mean they will avoid contact with one another as best as they can. Because if you give up any sort of control, if you allow 1 kill to go in favor of your opposition, the Rockets are likely to be theirs.
The last time I help out at fucking random
You can cut the tension with a knife.
fucking die.
Lucid. It's over towards Pink Penguin on B stairs. Desperately looking for information. He's been back down. Smoke screen goes down. Rockets will pop. Here comes the boom then. Melee's aplenty. But it's Optic who have hands on Rockets for now, but they've lost him in the lights. Rockets are down on L. Bulldog for Bound as Lucid challenges. And Stellar has 1 more rocket to play with. It's a 1-kill game, but that could very quickly change.
1 kill could be enough though. 1 minute 30, 43. The second rocket connects and we're all tied up. 1 push could be everything here for either team. Optic are on the back foot. They are trapped at A at the moment. And look at Space Station Swarm, but Eco goes down. Numbers in favor of Optic, and Optic get 3. It's 46 to 43 here.
Optic turned this one on its head. They play the Uno reverse card. Trippy challenges on Statue, but Penguin hits 3 of the best to get the kill. He hits 2 more. 2-kill game. Optic need 2. 1 kill. 55 seconds remain.
Lucian's still dead. Still an extra man on the map for Space Station, but now he's up. 48 seconds. 1 last push for Space Station. Optic can play this one slow. They need to sit back. They are over towards Tram and Red Room. The collapse is there for Space Station, but the last collapse did not go well. They need to plan accordingly. Use the grenade you have available, but Formal gets 1.
It's all over. Optic Gaming claim the scalp of SSG. They're going to winners finals.
And not only do they claim the victory, they do it in a game 5. They do it on a map that SSG has not won all year long. This is what we needed to see from Optic Gaming. This is what the fans had to see to believe that Optic can be back on top once more. Is this championship contending Optic Gaming once again? As they've taken down the #1 seed, they've taken down the Salt Lake City winners in Space Station Gaming.
Optic Gaming navigated choppy waters. When faced with the game 5, you feared the worst. In the latter stages of that game, it appeared to be going only one way, particularly back tower. But they turned that fight on its head. They turned the series back in their favor. And they're going to winners finals.
19 and 11 for Lucid. Almost 6,000 damage as well. For any questions, any eyebrows that may have been raised about Lucid and performances, he steps up when he needs to for Optic Gaming. And they win map number 5 by 3 kills. And I will reiterate, give Space Station their first ever loss on Slayer Street so far this year. We've learned a lot from Optic Gaming. They are not the same team that we saw in Salt Lake City. They are not the team that seems to just be falling in Game 5s time and time again. They finally back to being that clutch team that we know and we love.
Well, Optic Gaming have beaten FaZe. They've beaten Space Station Gaming. And one man who was pivotal in that win today was Formal. Blaze has got an interview. Take it away, fella.
Thank you so much, Jersey and Dan. Everybody give it up for Optic Gaming as they move on to the winners finals. Man, Matt, what a series that was. The last, just right now, just tell me how you felt. Just get the thoughts out.
I mean, honestly, man, this was such a long day. We played so many series. I'm just so happy we got the win. That could have been so bad, so.
Yeah. And the reason why you felt like it could have been so bad, because last time y'all had them up 2-0 in SLC, and they did the reverse sweep. Now, it looked like they were doing it again after that map 3 loss. Talk to me about what you guys were seeing kind of going into that Game 5. What did you guys really want to focus on that Slayer against these guys?
Just making sure that we're not thinking about like a reverse sweep. Like, we knew that we were playing good. It was 2 like really close games. We were playing bad, so we just knew just keep playing the same way we are, and we can win.
There you go, okay? Making sure you kind of stay focused right there in that situation. Now, I gotta be honest, and Fort Worth, y'all can help me. Has he been playing phenomenal all weekend long? Bro, some sick plays all throughout the day. And we know you as a world champion. When your team is in these difficult positions, do you feel a lot of pressure on your shoulders to make those clutch plays? Or is it just all teamwork right there? How do you feel?
I mean, if someone plays well, it's whatever, like, but we're just all trying to do our 25%. Like, that's really what we've been trying to like harp on in practice and at the tournament. And I mean, yeah, it's been going well.
All right, there you go. You guys had a grueling side of the bracket. It's almost felt like a championship Sunday for you. So a little stress off your shoulders. And you're going to Sunday, but the job's not done yet. What do you want to say to these Green Wall fans out here in Texas and out here in the chat and the watch party supporting you?
Thank you guys so much for the support. We're not finished. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, you heard it here. See y'all tomorrow. One more time, give it up for Fallen Optic Gaming. Lottie, take us away.
That reverse sweep was denied by the Green Wall. It was getting eerily similar to what happened at SLC. I was really worried there, but my goodness, we were a comeback. That really was that game spider against Space Station Gaming. And I've got to say, that's the first time I've heard somebody say on the main stage, I'm looking for my teammates to give that 25% each. And that just shows you how much they put on their teammates, how much impact each and every single one of those 4 players has for each other. They work together as an absolute unit, and that's exactly what got them through this Slayer. It was a very different story when it came to FaZe Clan on the Street Slayer. They had every set of rockets. They had to have a battle this time around, so they weren't anticipating this to be the same Street Slayer as before. And boy, oh boy, did they turn the tables in their favor.
Yeah, this is as close as it gets, and you needed some ice, and you got some ice from the big dogs, Lucid, Formal, both making plays, but at the end here, where they seem like they're trapped, where they seem like they're playing passive on their back heels, so often do we see teams really fall apart here towards the end when you do start to give up space and you start to play passive. But Formal throws some beautiful grenades, lands the first kill, pitches up the second, and it's off tricky screen. But Optic Gaming find a way to finally finish this series. You thought the reverse sweep was going to be a possibility, but I mean, thank God from the Green Wall side that they get the job done and they advance 3-2.
Look, Formal had a little bit of a slow start in that final Game 5. He wasn't getting the stats I think he probably wanted and the impact he was making, but the impact came in the game-changing pivots, the pivotal kills, the game-winning kills, Tony. And Formal, he gets that done when you need something like that out of someone on your team. It's always him time and time again.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Formal wasn't having the best beginning of the game. You know, I mean, we were on Gooseler going into that 25 kill mark, but then when his team needed the most, he stepped it up. And to me, I don't think it was, I mean, obviously Formal stepped it up and so did everybody on the team, but for me, it was about that teamwork. I mean, he had, what, almost like 300 coming out of his team out of, what, about 400 kills. Literally about 80% of their kills were assisted by each other, and it was all about that teamwork that converted from defense into offense, and the reason why Optic were able to look so good in that series, and honestly, all tournament long.
I was also so impressed there in that final moment, the setup that Optic had. They know they were going to get pushed. They're backtrapped. They're kind of getting pressured by Space Station Gaming, who need to make a play, right? The time is running out. They need to do something. Trippy getting set up in Red Room, just getting prepared for something that could have been happening. Formal gets the 2 kills, and you know, hey, easy done. For Trippy, getting that ledge spot in Red Room, hoping that they would believe he pushed back Tram with the others, being able to then cut off mid-map, flanking just in case they needed those numbers, and having them from behind could have got the 2 kills they needed as well, or at least get some body shots in. That was really heads up from Trippy, and we've been seeing that all series long from him, all weekend long. Trippy, big game Trippy. Wes, you say it for a reason.
Yeah, I think he played phenomenal this series. He's been having a great weekend, and I think that that's a piece of why Optic are really looking like they're back to their final form, their championship form. But I have to give a shout out to Lucid. Lucid, this was the best series you've played in probably quite some time at tournaments, and I'm not saying that you've been playing poorly, but you are a superstar. We expect superstar performances. That was a superstar performance from Lucid. Every time they needed him, he won his piv, and that is why they practice finals. When Lucid plays like that, Optic Gaming wins championships.
Clutch, while I have you, how are you feeling about their comms? Because I think their comms have just improved significantly from SLC, from some of the listeners we've had in the earlier
even from yesterday.
events. From yesterday entirely. That communication to me is exactly what you want. It's perfect.
When they're communicating like that, their teamwork is so on point. Everyone is reciprocating information and playing off of each other. I mean, that's why Optic Gaming were able to three-peat earlier at the end of last season, early this season going in. That's why they were so dominant. It's because they play so cohesive, and when they're playing like that, I mean, they are the hardest team in the league to beat. Their communication was on point during the opportunity to go into, and I mean, that was something I really wanted to see change today, was the tone in their voices, the frustration. Are they having fun? Are they locked in? Are they playing an entire game? You pointed it out. Formal was juiced halfway through that in game 5. If there's any player in this league that has the experience that Formal has, there's not. But what I mean is, you can be good, and there's one player I expect to be able to withstand the first half of the game and not kind of start to desperate, not start to overextend, just to say I'm doing my 25%. And even though I don't have a kill to show for it at this point, I know that there's going to be a moment in this game where I have an opportunity to change the outcome. Formal changes the outcome at the end of that game. No matter how that game started, Formal ended it in Optic's favor.
I think it's okay to Goose in situations like that. I think it's never okay to Goose, really, but you could be doing that, and as long as you have somebody like you to putting those numbers in your favor, keeping things close, keeping a slight lead there, and you are at Formal winning your picks in certain situations, making shot calls, doing things that are going to help you in terms of control, maybe spawn, maybe sacrifice. I think that is what Formal does best at the end of the game, that he just had crucial kills. You know, I want to also talk about Optic with you, Tony, and about how they were able to take a lead there as well. Space Station fighting back significantly, and on their footing, they had a very different game plan to phase. You know, Space Station picking up rockets, they started to get ahead of the curve. What was it about Optic and the way that they were playing against Space Station to keep that lead ever so slightly in front?
I mean, it all starts with that communication, like we were talking about. I mean, they close that communication, which allowed them to get directly and play together with that coordination. On top of that, it's about that communication towards the end of the game, like you pointed out. Trippy was over towards that red room. He was waiting for the enemy team to push up B Street. Nobody pushed up there. Formal was the one who stepped up. It was a plan A to plan B executed. Formal gets the double kill to end the game and literally make it look easy, despite that wasn't even their game plan. They thought they were pushing Arcade Street. Trippy was supposed to be the playmaker, and instead, Formal had to step up and get that critical double kill.
And those were the moments there where we saw Space Station Gaming just absolutely coming to life, and that reverse sweep was certainly on the cards for them.
Yeah, the reverse sweep was an opportunity, right? I mean, even we were on board with Lucid at the end of that game, and Lucid gets his kill. Bounce pushes across catwalk, Lucid wins his one-on-one. The rest of Optic kind of fall apart on the side of B, and that was a difficult moment for Lucid that he could have fallen into that frustration. And as we look at the winners bracket, Optic, something I've kind of talked about all day was they've been frustrated, and that was an opportunity for frustration to sink in. Optic figure out a way to punch their ticket to that winner's bracket finals, as we can see here.
They certainly did it. This is exactly what Optic wanted. This is the perfect platform to go into that grand final. They'll have to be either Native Red or Shopify Rebellion, and one of those will fall flat and go into elimination instructions as well, where we can see Sentinels and Phases go. It goes so he won both of these rounds are very, very back to the 9. Sentinels Phase, G1, two of these teams are going home, and we're getting straight into Sentinels versus FaZe Clan. We're going to red down here on the death. And this one is already going in Sentinels' favor. Street ball.
I mean, Sentinels really had FaZe's number back in SLC, and they're right here in the early game of the game. The one that is not pure FaZe, they're willing to go toe-to-toe with them. And Boo we no longer has a shotgun.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. One of these teams is not making it to Championship Sunday. Sentinels versus FaZe Clan. It's a 30-8 lead right now for Sentinels. It does look like they have the upper hand. But for how long is the big question. Lethal gets taken down. Frosty still in the back of Tram. Off all across the map. Rockets come up in 15 seconds. You need a couple kills to be able to secure these rockets.
Double push by FaZe over toward the A-side tower, trying to clear out the map just a bit for Rockets to come up. But it's 32-8 lead. And I'm not sure who was able to get a hold of Rockets, and FaZe just went 3 down.
FaZe go 3 down. You can guarantee that Sentinels is still. It's still neutralized. Renegade starting to create some havoc at that rocket spawn. So Lethal, though he's able to pick up a double, he gets taken down. It does look like Frosty was able to at least put one of those rockets to use. But in the meantime, the Sentinels have gotten away with the last rocket and the fallen.
Back at SLC, Lethal definitely was a playmaker. Before these two Sentinels beating out FaZe, he understands their tendencies, their habits, and he's so good when going up against FaZe. He's trying to start off the game, even to go along with it, but it's Boo once again with a shotgun, and Boo once again going down with the Bulldog.
Snakebite taking down Boo there, releasing a ton of pressure, I should say. Still a couple of players from Sentinels to deal with in the back of the frame. They're going to drop the ball and try and get those kills. 3 go down for Sentinels. It does look like nobody from FaZe Clan has the ball at this time, but with one more kill, they should be able to get set up here in frame.
You only have a 30-second lead with Sentinels. This is not the time to go 3 down and give FaZe any kind of momentum. And you definitely don't want to give them that subway side setup when Snakebite has that sniper rifle in hand. As right now, all 4 players of FaZe are up. They already get the first kill onto Sentinels. They are holding them back. And Snakebite, he's going to stretch out and flex the score.
Didn't see them do against Optic Gaming was really be aggressive. They were passively playing some of their setups. I'm a big fan of being able to kind of find that first kill and release a lot of pressure. Every kill on the back side in FaZe Clan's favor has gotten them right back into this back
going 2 down, so how do we counter this? We see that boss running across the map. The A-side, something goes. Right now, being held down to just 3 kills at the moment.
Rocket's coming up right now. Trying to find his way towards them. Is going to be able to pick them up. Not to have the kill, but he's going to find the kill on the Frosty. In the meantime, that Frosty and Mike both bounced over the round before getting taken down. Spartan does put the first rocket to use, but is immediately traded out, and Royal 2 will have a second rocket to play around.
As of right now, it's a 4-kill game. Snakebite has the rockets, possibly the mid-game in his hands. He can win some of these easy engagements, and if we see that pressure we're talking about, it can be huge. The first rocket does end up connecting. It looks like it ends up dropping, and that rocket is out of pods. Nobody is but that's going to take over the mid-map.
It's a 3-on-3 situation, but Sentinels are going to opt to try and pull that ball to the middle of the map. This flank, it's a little late for Falcon. It needs to win a one-on-one against Frosty. Turns out it's not a one-on-one. This teamwork from FaZe Clan will give them numbers advantage with the ball in hand to extend this game.
Once again, with the read down, FaZe trying to move that ball over towards the neon side of the map, but that ball ends up being dropped over towards ATM.
46-43 now. Snakebite in the back of the frame. Ball still neutralized. They're competing for map control. 2 do go down for FaZe. This is a difficult situation for Snakebite to try and make a play. Get the ball being pulled towards tower.
Ball being rotated once again, Sentinels. all the way towards the A side. Snakebite sneaks up, and he has a little bit of perimeter control, and he even has Renegade, and was a double push with World 2 over towards Neon. The first kill goes towards World 2. They follow it up with Frosty picking up another one, and that's 3 down goes Sentinel. FaZe, they gotta get on that ball.
Make it 4 down for Sentinels. Last 2 members of FaZe Clan are able to get that ball and have Red Gun right now. And they're trying to push this and extend this lead. 52 now, tied up with the ball in hand. FaZe Clan looking to try and get a lead as late game approaches.
All over, Frosty's being chased down, nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. He's Renegade by himself. Renegade's had to win a 1v1 against Valkyrie, make it 1v2. Renegade pulls off the double kill. Boo Boo Dubu's doing a great job of defending the power weapons over towards the mid-map, but here comes Raw 2. Boo Boo Dubu, they might have to get out of here.
FaZe rotate the ball, they get rockets, they somehow stay alive, and that was a perfect rotation from the FaZe Clan now. With 59 seconds remaining, they take a significant lead and get the last set of rockets.
FaZe needed to make a play, and that's exactly what they do, because now you're less than a minute on the clock, and you have a lead, and now you're quickly going towards the end game, while Raw 2 shows you why he's one of the best shots in the game. Again, a flying pressure. The first kill goes in, you start to pressure those spawners, and as of right now, Sentinels are in trouble.
Raw 2 plays his life perfectly, based out the fact that he's no shield, but doesn't expose himself, and because of it, teammates pick up 3 kills, they pick up 4 ball time, and a 32-point lead and counting for FaZe Clan here in round 1.
And that shotgun finds the hands of Royal 2. They're looking for just the final seconds here. Falcon, he has to beeline it towards the ball, but he doesn't know that Royal 2's watching that angle. Lethal is the final line of defense to stop FaZe from ultimately getting this ball, and Lethal goes down, and I think Boo Boo Dubu might just be too late. 7 seconds, and this ball is moving.
Renegade is by himself, but he turns the corner, and that corner is going to solidify FaZe Clan taking round 1 in this first game of our series.
FaZe looking good, and looking to get their revenge on Sentinels. Longer with Sentinels beat out FaZe twice in the same championship bracket, but as of right now, FaZe are looking different. They take round number 1, but 11 seconds more to go if they want to pull off this win against Sentinels.
And Tony, as we kick off round 2, you got to talk about it. Renegade having 75 points in round 1. That is uncharacteristic that Renegade has a significant amount of ball time, but you can tell that that was a recipe for success here in this first game.
Rockets in the back pocket, a state fight, but he is one shot, not able to deal much with it, but Sentinel still somehow end up going 3 down here. The final player alive is going to be Boo Boo Dubu, and Raw 2 snatches up that ball, and they're bringing it right back to a setup. Love the objective efficiency we're seeing in the early game for FaZe. Will it carry on?
I love the rotations we've seen from FaZe, but Frosty is going to be the first death now. They tried to create some space towards purple, similar to what they were doing in round 1. It gets shut down this time, and FaZe Clan's setup is going to be much weaker here as Sentinels are able to get the ball in Boo Boo's hands and now have an opportunity to get an early lead here in round 2.
Falcons watching the C tower. Lethal was watching the A side tower, but when Lethal goes down, the setup ends up being broken. FaZe, once again, they find a hole and they're going to push through it.
Pushing through it right now. Snakebite in a massive 1v1 against Valkyrie, just trying to buy some time, but actually jumps out. Valkyrie kind of falls asleep in that fight. Sentinels go 3 down, and now Snakebite with the ball in hand will be able to rotate this perfectly for FaZe. All 4 down for Sentinels, and FaZe Clan will be able to kick off round 2 with a setup of their own now that they broke Sentinels so quickly.
In a 4v4 situation where you don't have control, you cannot be the first one to go down, and you certainly can't be the first one to go 3 down, and now back-to-back 3 down for Sentinels. Nobody's getting this ball out of the hands of Snakebite right now, but some God spawns coming out of the PD side. Snakebite, he's quickly gonna rotate.
A potential mistake made by FaZe. Snakebite realizes the situation, sees the PD spawns, and gets out of dodge with the ball. Rockets coming up, however, so in the meantime, that's the important area of focus. Renegade puts the rockets to use, finds a double, can't quite get the triple, and Snakebite now, the last player alive for FaZe, forced to try and deny Sentinels from rotating this ball.
Luckily for Sentinels, he didn't hit that triple with that rocket. Did Renegade, because they have an opportunity to get into a setup of their own. This game is not quite out of reach just yet, as we see Boo Boo Dubu with that ball. Sparty might have gone down, but nobody's following through. Excuse me. Maybe Renegade is the team and just slides in out of nowhere.
Valkyrie and Lethal, they both pick up some big kills in order to create some space for this ball to rotate back tower. They're going to be able to get 3 down on FaZe. They're going to be able to start climbing back in this second round.
41-25 lead, but as of right now, Sentinels are the one that are putting valuable points on the board. FaZe, they need to figure out how to get a 4-man push and to find a weakness in the defense of Sentinels like they've done so far. Here we go. Frosty takes down Sparty. That's the first down.
It's all about getting that first kill. Frosty finds a way. 27-17 right now in this game. Frosty opens up the map, and this is what FaZe do best. They collapse on those respawners or on the rest of the setup. They're able to get kills, but in the meantime, it's just World 2 back tower.
From the grave. Back to that sticky, just a 5-point game, making it 4, because Sentinels still have that ball, but as of right now, I'm worried that Sparty doesn't have the help that he thinks he does. Somehow drops the ball to deal with Snake Fight. Eventually, Renegade has to force himself over towards PD. Boo Boo Doo-Boo's right there with them, and hold on, Sentinels. They have control. They have the Stalker, and apparently Falcated knows what to do with it.
Falcated with a beautiful shot, making it a 2-on-2 in the situation. Still with the ball, and PD still trying to make a play. He's got so many players from FaZe that decided to push out inside the map. Falcated trying to deal with World 2. A little bit of help from Boo Boo Doo goes a long way to take him down. They have a 4-on-3 situation with the ball in hand. They have a 15-point lead, and Rockets are coming up in 2 seconds.
The 3-man push out of FaZe is not going to work. Renegade, the only player alive in that engagement, and in fact, he's going to be hunted down. Somehow Frosty almost able to get a hold of those rockets, but he's going to be taken down as well. Force off the spawn, snatches up those rockets. That's huge for FaZe. Remember, Sentinels, they still have ball.
35-point game. Climbing. World 2 needs to act quickly, but doesn't check his corners. He gets assassinated with rockets. Only Snake Bite is there to trade it out. He's able to pick up those rockets. To use quickly now, though. 14 points to go. And Snake Bite a double, almost a triple. That breaks the setup for Sentinels, but there's a lot of work to do to get back in round 2.
3 down goes Sentinels, but like you said, Sentinels have doubled the score line of FaZe. That's up until now. FaZe finally approaching the 50-point mark. It's a 3v2 situation. Frosty is stuck over toward the A-side. Snakebite is all the way pushed up, making sure the Sentinels feel his presence. Finally, Snakebite goes down, but mind you, Sentinels, they're still on their side of the map.
30-point game right now. FaZe Clan need to find a way to get some slays. Unfortunately for Frosty, he loses 2 teammates immediately. He's going to be forced to play this ball. I like the Shroud play to be able to stay alive, potentially isolate Weasel back tower. He's able to trade that out. That's a big trade from Frosty in a situation he has no business trading. What can the rest do for FaZe Clan? World 2 finds the kill, finds a double on the Boo Boo Doo Boo. The ball is picked up, and FaZe Clan keep a setup strong.
Frosty not the only one sending members of Sentinels to the Shadow Realm. It looks like World 2 is doing the same. Here over the B side, we do see Sparty pushing up quickly, but look at that teamwork. Snakebite has his back, trades out his life, but Sparty comes out with the dub.
It's up to Frosty. Having the best statistical game so far, continuing in that manner, takes down Spartan, but he's got a lot of pressure coming into PD right now. It's going to be a brawl. Fortunately, FaZe Clan, they actually got a B spawn here towards Arcade. They're able to get reinforcements over there. Frosty able to find some help, maybe, but Boo Boo Doo Boo gets into PD, takes him down. 3 go down for FaZe. Renegade caught off spawn, and that is probably going to be the round.
FaZe end up going 4 down with Sentinels only need 14 more seconds of ball time. Like you said, between the 10-second respawn and you having to cross the entire map, and of course Lethal having the boom booms, you're just out of time, and Lethal gonna end it with a double kill. Sentinels tie it up.
A phenomenal round by Sentinels. They did not start strong. As their quick setup was broken, FaZe got off to a very early lead, but when Sentinels got control, they never looked back. They got it up to 80 points, and with that, they were able to push this to a round 3.
FaZe had momentum on their side going into that round number 2, but Sentinels respond. First, off the rip, FaZe able to put them 3 down, make it 4 down. Not a single player from Sentinels alive. They're coming off of respawn, somehow sneaking a couple of shots onto Snakebite, but Snakebite still putting that valuable time on the board. They're going to be the first ones to get double-digit points.
And as FaZe get this early setup, I want to talk about the difference right now in the scores for both teams. Although it's 1-1, look at how much ball time Boo Boo Doo Boo has for Sentinels. Evenly distributed across FaZe. I would much rather have an evenly distributed scoreline across. That means everybody is involved. Typically, when FaZe have everybody involved, they do not lose ball rates.
Sentinels versus FaZe. I think it's still early in the tournament. This is the elimination whack. This is do or die. One of these teams are going to be going home after this best of 5.
Make it break series right here. Who's going to step up and make a play? 2 go down for Sentinels. Renegade is traded out. but just like that, last player alive, Spartan gets dealt with. It's World 2 with the red gun. Fortunately, Lethal able to get a fortunate spawn on the purple street, able to take down World 2 in that potential setup for FaZe. This chaos that Lethal is creating is paying dividends in keeping this game close.
That's right, FaZe definitely wants to hop on that ball as soon as possible, but Lethal knows if he can apply any kind of pressure and stay alive, he can stop FaZe from getting that ball time. The problem is Lethal ends up down the 3 members of Sentinels end up joining him, and now Lethal's the first one to come off a spawn, but how much can you do by
Frosty, easy shots in the back will allow an opportunity. 30 to 15 now. Rockets are coming up, and these slays are so important for Sentinels as Spartan wins the one-on-one on the front.
Just Colin coming in for FaZe. They are firing on all cylinders, and coming into this round number 3, they are playing stand out. Just yet, he cannot allow them to get away with the rocket launcher.
All is neutralized, but Lethal able to find a double with those rockets should change that story. Sentinels should have an opportunity here to get that ball on the move. They are able to pick it up, jump up, back shotgun, and they should be able to rotate it to tower and get this to about an even game.
FaZe have to break this setup off a spawn. You have 4 players starting to push up, and they have to choose their position wisely. It looks like it's going to be a 3-1 split. Yeah. And as quickly as Sentinels were holding down that angle, they go 2 down immediately. That pushes the play ball situation from Boo Boo Doo over towards that mid-map, and World 2 ain't nothing stopping it.
Sentinels would have liked to have held that setup a little bit longer, just to about tie this game up. It is just a 6-point round, and FaZe have not gotten the ball since getting those slays. There are 4 down for Sentinels now with that round of slays.
What up, Q?
That should allow FaZe to
How
pick
are you
up this
been,
ball,
brother?
get it back towards
Good
that
to see
TD
you.
side, and extend this lead even further.
Squeeze down those Sentinels once again. FaZe may not be playing the most objective efficient time, but as of right now, Sentinels, they need to start valuing their lives, because eventually FaZe are going to win just by scrappy time. You have to stay alive, you have to break their setup, but more importantly, hold on to one of your own.
You have to find a way to get the first kill. Unfortunately, Renegades when they're fine to move out. And this is going to be an easy second kill. Frosty pinging a 3rd in the feed, and with 2 players going down, Sentinels lose a 3rd, but the respawns are becoming staggered. In the meantime, the FaZe are holding onto this ball. This score is over 30 points now, 66 to 33 in FaZe's favor.
Spartan the dog ends up running into World 2, who's barking with that bulldog, and eventually they end up going down. The Spartan does off the squad, ends up getting the back smack onto Snakebite. Valkyrie, they're going to follow through with it. Finally, they're starting to win some of these engagements, a 2v2 situation, and Sparty finds another one, good for his 37th kill.
Rockets are up right now. These kills are important to go down for Sentinels. They're trying to compete for the middle of the map. I'm not quite sure what's going on with those rockets that are down, but what I can tell you is Sentinels have lost 2 members, and that usually means good things for FaZe Clan. Rockets still appear to be down towards the ball spawn. FaZe Clan continuing to compete for that space, are able to pick those rockets up, and even though the ball is neutralized, Tony, those power weapons right now, this set of rockets was almost a must-have win condition for Sentinels, and that was a phenomenal play by Falcated, able to kill the rocket player,
Yeah, it has been
find
pretty
that
good
rocket,
so far.
put it to use,
I haven't
and all of
even
a
been
sudden,
playing Halo.
that win condition does go in
I played
Sentinels'
earlier
favor.
and somebody got
Sometimes
mad
these
at me.
wins can come down to just 1 or 2 plays, and not all of them are going to show up on the scoreboard the way they should. Falcated making the play to slow down FaZe when they already are trying to put this out of reach. Sentinels refuse to give up here, and in fact, Boo Boo Doo will get himself another power weapon. It's going to be the Bulldog this time. As of right now, Subway side is cleared out. The long-range shots connect, but Sentinels, they have a slight setup, and they're waiting for their players to come off a spawn.
Yeah, but this is the issue. Every time Sentinels have a setup, they start to lose the first member. The first 2 go down. It's a 4-on-2. The ball even gets caught, thrown back into Tram, and FaZe have stolen the setup of Sentinels with an opportunity in game 1.
This is where things go from bad to worse here for Sentinels, because now they're at 75. Now Sentinels are the one coming off the spawn, and you have to make the hardest cross here on the street. You're able to get the first kill on the cross.
That's big.
Snakebite still has that ball. We see a trade out in live right now, but Sentinels don't need trades. They need to get this ball out of their hands.
Still down 40 points. You
My
know
wife
how
has
you need
some
a
fucking
ball
weird
in
movie
hand. You
on,
need to hold
so
a
I've
setup,
been,
something
like,
you haven't
just
proven you can do
something
here
going
in
on.
round 3.
It's, like,
FaZe are
distracting.
creating chaos.
Fuck.
Down
As soon
numbers
as, like,
right
I
now
turn
to
my
try and
head to
deny
the
that
door.
for being the storyline. A big win from Spartan once again on the Frosty, but Rocket's the focus, the name of the game right now. The win condition for Sentinels. Spartan attempts to go for him, loses his life, and now with numbers, FaZe surely should be able to acquire these rockets.
FaZe only needs 17 more seconds worth of ball time, and I'm wondering how many kills, how many assists, how many engagements do FaZe have to win to finally close this out? Sentinels continue to claw their way back into it time and time again, and by the way, they're the ones in the subway side setup. They're the ones holding FaZe out from being able to grab a hold of the rockets, but it looks like someone might have stolen them.
I love how Snakebite's playing this situation so passively, but making sure he doesn't desperate his life in order to allow Sentinels to be able to get those rockets. Unfortunately, though, Spartan did make his way by the middle. They are able to sandwich him from multiple angles, and those rockets get wasted away as the kill does get traded. However, 30-point game right now, 32. FaZe still in the lead, ball still in the back of Trim, and the setup still needing to be broken if a FaZe clan wants to take a lead here 1-0.
Just over 30 seconds on the clock, and as of right now, FaZe still have that advantage. Sentinels need to get on this ball, and they need to get on it right now. You see Dubu over toward the front side. He's going to work in tandem with Falcade, the Snakebite sitting on that elevation. If they don't deal with Snakebite, they're going to have problems. And in fact, Lethal ends up going down. Dubu forced to rotate this ball, but where is his help? Oh, he has a little bit there.
Spawning over towards the B side now. Sentinels will have an opportunity to set up, but look at the clock. 16 seconds remaining. Not a lot of time to be able to drop it and slay. So another win condition in the favor of FaZe. They do need to come up respawn and find some kills. Fortunate for Sentinels fans, Falcade able to find Renegade. Make this a 3-on-3, unfortunately. Snakebite able to find the first kill. This is going to be a lot of pressure on Dubu. Can you win game one? The Plasminade is perfect to take down Frosty. Renegade, Royal 2, they both find kills. The pressure is here, and Royal 2 has no fear as he takes down Dubu. And that ball being neutralized is everything FaZe wants to see.
Every time they drop that ball, time ends up winding off the clock, and once Sentinels go 4 down, that's it. FaZe taking game one.
Oh, baby, what a game, what a game. And that's how this series is getting kicked off. I can't wait to see the rest of it. And Sentinels and FaZe, there's a lot of bad blood between the two. You know how SLC went. FaZe trying to turn that story around, and they look damn good in that third round of oddball. Every single time they needed to break the setup, they got the job done. And they had such a comfortable lead to play from. And Tony, one thing I want to point out about that Greens game, the last time we watched FaZe, they got 3-0 by Optic. And Optic got every single set of rockets for what seemed like 3 on the map. This time around, FaZe were much more power weapon eccentric. Their focus was there, their numbers were there, they competed for those power weapons, and that is, to me, the reason they were able to win that first game.
Reminder that game number 1 was oddball streak. That's one of the bread and butter of FaZe. They're obviously favored in that game number 1. My question is it the same for Livefire? We know Sentinels are a good team, but then FaZe are a good Slayer team, so I don't know who has the advantage in this game.
All of the players make the play. Right now, it's Frosty, and then player of the game for me from FaZe. Led the entire way, but I mean, the one thing you also want to point out is the distribution of ball time from FaZe playing is beautiful. When they spread the ball time out, when they spread the objective out amongst all 4 players, everybody's playing to win the game. This FaZe playing is tough to beat. When they are selfishly kind of going about the game as far as roles and who's supposed to be our objective player, that is usually when we see them falter. And they did a good job there to have it distributed, but I mean, I say that Snakebite with 116 at the end, but significant ball time in that third round in order to change that.
He did too, and I think the big thing for FaZe right now is the efficiency that is coming forward. I think on this roster, the discipline that they were lacking at SLC, and I also think Snakebite actually ended up with the most ball time because he had some great rotation that was crucial. He's holding onto the ball, rotating perfectly. The most heads-up players if he has X-ray vision, but that just shows that the team can't really at that significant moment in time. So he has to be able to rotate, then regain control in terms of the lead of ball time. But they excel when they're working as a team. It's really difficult. We have a lot of individuals on that roster that necessarily want to go out, progress, push up, be pressure fighters, and take risks, but sometimes against really good teams.
Yeah, it's all about finding that first kill first. That setup is so
What the fuck are you doing? That you literally let him kill me too. Like, bro, don't pick me up, bro. I'm leaving your ass, bro. I'm leaving.
It's important to turn that into
bro.
It was
Motherfucker
Frosty
just.
a lot of times. You gotta give
My
credit
teammate is
when
so
credit
mad,
is due.
bro.
He might not have had a strong performance against Optic earlier today. He is rebounding significantly better.
The dude is
and that
so
is the Frosty
mad.
you expect
Like,
to see with his back against the wall.
Exactly what you want to see. And looking forward to live fire in that player. My thing right now is Sentinels have got to stop Spartan. Spartan, even in that oddball, those 3 rounds, you know, significantly difficult, constantly on the back foot. FaZe often had the lead, but even in round 2 that they won, they managed to come back. The Spartan was always there with impact, with the slays, with the kills. He was very much high up on that leaderboard as per usual. And Tony, they're going to have to shut him down. They can't let him get that sniper top mid. They can't let him get any of the power weapons, the power-ups, because he will go to town with them.
Yeah, Sparty's obviously amazed when it comes to those power weapons. Damn boy, stalker rifle in their hands, despite getting outslayed. If that can go with some live fire, that could be very good for Sentinels. But I just realized I thought that I think they had a positive win percentage on live fire. I was incorrect. As of right now, live fire.
If I had a teammate for that one, I probably would have killed that guy or done something. My teammate was just crying. Sorry, bro. Died with that. Or I also would have helped you too if I just would have
Action underway, Boobadooboo. Bottom middle, Boobadooboo taken down 3-1. FaZe get the lead. They should be able to get the first overshield. And Renegade has the S7 in hand. Something I want to pay attention to throughout this game, Tony. I talked about how the lackluster performance from FaZe against Optic was primarily around the power weapon and power up control they had throughout that series. Optic nearly perfect against them earlier on. For FaZe to kick this game off with snipe in the hands of Renegade, overshield in their hands as well. Let's see what they can do about this outcome now that they are in the elimination bracket against Sentinels.
Yeah, we talked about keeping the sniper out of the hands of Spartan, the dog, but you also don't want in the hands of Renegade on the side of FaZe. And as of right now, he hasn't lined it up, can't quite find the pick. And in fact, he does see 2 players push up over towards top mid. He's going to relocate immediately.
5-1 right now. Sentinels has got to figure out a way to stop the bleeding and get the snipe out of Renegade's hands. The kills continuing to go in FaZe's favor right now. Maybe not the most optimal place for Renegade to choose to snipe from right here. In fact, he's going to rotate out. I like this rotation, and let's see how FaZe choose to play this now that the game's a stalemate.
Renegade advancing quickly over here towards the small window side. You see that overshield is coming up real soon, and Renegade wants to bait out that position with the sniper. Tries to shoot between the legs of World 2 and connect onto a Sentinels member, but misses out on that shot. And now you're going to see a few more members replace him as Sentinels quickly start to push up, but they might have just punted the overshield. Frosty nearly got a free one, but that overshield gets shredded, but it looks like he's going to shred Sentinels right back. A double kill leads to Sentinels going 4 down. And now FaZe have 3 extra scored line of Sentinels.
12-4, Sentinels have got to figure out a way to change the pace of this game. FaZe Clan have the pedal to the metal right now, pressuring the spawns lethal with the big kill in the kill feed right now. That kill on the snakebite should release some of that pressure. Unfortunately, Falcated, he's surrounded, taken down, and Renegade able to find the kills. Back and forth now these 2 teams go. No significant power coming off respawn for another 15 seconds. Snipe will be coming up top middle, and you can almost guarantee Spartan will have his eyes set to try and get that in his hands.
You just lacked the event where Sentinels literally made it to the grand finals. Just 2 events before that were FaZe. We're trying to go back to back to back, but as of right now, both of them desperately trying to make it into the top 6 right now. It is tough for both of these teams to match up.
Yes, sir.
Snakebite and Renegade with back-to-back kills. Snakebite's going to play his life and be a distraction for Frosty to grab a hold of that OS and Sniper combination. Sentinels watch ahead.
Can't go to work, squad Spartan, gets a no-scope, but has Fizz in his back pocket. Can't quite finish Spartan. That overshow gets wasted. Sentinels do a good job to erase that overshow from the equation and trying to take down the power that FaZe Clan now have in their hands. Frosty still with 2 bullets in his clip, able to stay back down. And now FaZe shows that they have to go and take down one person.
Right now, the entirety of the Sentinels roster has a dozen to their name. Frosty is pulling off so far in this game, and he's shots up to the sniper down. In the by looking off screen, but Sentinels answer back with a 3-step for FaZe, leaving Frosty by himself.
Yeah, you kind of want to have a better push than that as the FaZe, so you want Frosty to be able to impact some of the combat that's going down, especially with a couple of bullets with that S7. Unfortunately, because FaZe push, they go 3 down, and then Frosty, in a 1-on-3, he can't get out of there, but Big Fight finds a triple in the kill feed. Somehow, coming off respawn, FaZe have been able to sandwich the pressure that was on Frosty at Tower. Big Fight finds 3 and keeps this game at an 8-kill lead.
And you get the fangs, a triple kill to take all the way back to the game. We are back to a 7-kill deficit for Sentinels, and FaZe have no signs of slowing down.
A 9-kill game right now. Falcon is making it 8, but Roll 2 able to trade one right back in FaZe's face. Back and complete your team back over, but Sentinels need to figure out a way to get some of the power that's respawning right now. Sight overshield coming up here in 2 seconds. I think might set up for this overshield. Sentinels in no position to try and compete.
Just came up, but FaZe don't want to overextend score. They know the Sentinels are simply using this overshield as a illegal stakes renegade. Get this on hoping to kill, but somehow Snake might be able to slippery snake his way onto that overshield, back down, and stays alive. If that overshield would have went into the hands of Sentinels, that would have been devastating for FaZe Clan.
Sentinels just can't figure out a way to get in position to acquire one of these overshields. And I believe FaZe Clan will also have time after they saw one of the players inside the door. Sentinels lost the battle on both fronts. You lose the battle out of West, you lose the battle top mid for Snipe. And essentially, you just surrendered so much power that it's almost impossible to compete as far as the Slaves are concerned. Right now, FaZe have dominated the story so far throughout half this game.
We see Frosty once again able to grab hold of that S7 sniper. Once again, we see FaZe being the first one to go down. We're talk about it all the time. When you're in a 4-kill situation, you can't be the first one to go down. Don't allow Sentinels to get into the
Frosty, I want to see what he's doing with this S7 in this stalemate.
He's gonna drop right over to the caves, but it looks like a 3-man push out of Sentinel. Not only did he deal with Snake Bite, but he deals with Renegade as well. He's just like on screen and more importantly, stays alive and holds on to the 7-kill lead. That was a shoulder shot that ahead to me.
Starting to feel himself, Frosty, not missing many opportunities from giving them here in this second game. Overshield's coming up in 10 seconds, 2 bullets to work.
Where the fuck is my teammate at?
Hit a shot. You can almost guarantee FaZe is going to get this overshield. The double for Frosty as this overshield spawns up. It will guarantee FaZe Clan another OS this game.
As right now, I don't know if Sentinels grabbed a single overshield so far this game. It has been dominated by FaZe, and it has led to a double-digit lead as Renegades have continued to punish Sentinels. Frosty follows up right away, chasing down Sparty the dog. This is bad. Sentinels, they're about to go down 0-2 if they don't stop this game.
Frosty is 14-6, continuing his reign of terror against this Sentinel roster. You heard the smack talk from this team. After they were able to take down FaZe last tournament, FaZe remember that all too well, and this 1-0 lead is quickly turning into a 2-0 lead if Sentinels do not figure out a way to stop this pressure from FaZe.
FaZe are now 8 kills away from ultimately taking this game number 2, and mind you, normally a consistent Slayer in World 2, only has 4 kills to his name right now. The rest of FaZe are simply stepping up. Frosty with 15 to his name at the moment. More than half the kills of Sentinels. Renegade right behind them, and Snakebite with that heat wave, all the power-ups in the hands of FaZe. You cannot win like this.
Yeah, Renegade got the snipe from top middle for free. No one on Sentinels in a position to really compete for it, and right now Renegade finds a kill in the kill feed. The heat wave gets Snakebite a kill over towards scoreboard, and that 44-31 lead. Sentinels are out of this game too.
Here we come. Snakebite bringing the heat, but Alcaden's gonna slow him down just a bit. Meanwhile, Renegade puts himself into a tough spot over towards the cuts, and a well-placed grenade by Boo Jubu takes down his former teammate. Will it be enough though? Because FaZe are still one squad right away from ultimately taking this game, and Sentinels, I could even see a
this one is a wrap, no matter how it ends. The heat wave to that 50-point scoreline, 18-8. Frosty with this kill. Make sure that Frosty, you're not by yourself on this one. He's got 14 of his own as the clock hits 50. Right now the scoreline FaZe 2, Sentinels nothing as we enter game 3.
Here was 1453 where Levi Dixon created the greatest item in the history of the US. It was called the Broom. And as of right now, FaZe might just use that great invention to sweep Sentinels here to knock them out of the tournament phase. They come back into the grand final. Sentinels, you're in the way.
I love having you up here.
This man is ridiculous.
I love it.
Something else. I'm not quite sure what it is, but you are.
Honored to have you. I tell you what though, a breath of fresh air for FaZe. Some life is being breathed into the lungs of this roster. It is unbelievable what they're able to do. Something that I picked up on here as well, Wes, is now they're utilizing their strengths perfectly. I love that they're taking risks, but taking risks at the perfect time. When they have the team members with eyes, with ankles to help them out. Yes, okay, you might die by taking a risk to get somebody weak or 2 players weak, but you have your teammates there to clean up, and then Frosty. My God, the snowman himself, ice in the veins of this guy. Yes, didn't have the best series against Optics, but my goodness me, how he bounced back is exactly what he's doing right now.
He's locked in, and more importantly, he's getting power weapons in his hands. When you get the power in Frosty and Renegade's hands, good things will happen for FaZe Clan, and they are batting at about 95% so far throughout the 2 games right now. They have gotten every set of rockets, every overshield, every snipe, and they are putting that to work and creating an ultimate difference here in the scoreline, now up 2-0.
You look at Renegade and Frosty and but equally doing the work as well is Royal 2 and Snakebite. They are all equally sharing, and I think we're seeing a lot of that 25% kind of lingo, that formal mention come through. Although Frosty, I do think he might have taken an extra 10 here or there between the teams for that split, because it was outstanding. But that's something that we've been longing for the FaZe. It's certainly coming for this moment in time. Super excited. On the other side, we're still in it. This isn't over. We're talking about FaZe, this is just the best thing ever for them. But there is certainly every chance, every opportunity for Sentinels to turn this around and take the work out of themselves in reverse. Please, what do you think Sentinels will do going into this match? G1 at this point in time in this similar situation to Sentinels in their elimination match as well. 102-1 up right now in Aquarius CTF. It's not what you want to see in the G1.
Right now looking to pull off a sweep of their own, and that G1 ends up going 3 down. Quadrant have an opportunity to take advantage. That flag in, and so G has it to the utility side and punches that one for a 3-1 lead for G1. G1, you in danger being knocked out this
Game 3 in this series. One of Quadrant's best map mode combinations on the circuit. And right now, they are proving as to why. T-Chip, he's got 16 to his name already. Legend right behind him. And they have a 2-tap lead with 5.5 minutes remaining. G1 got to get some momentum going quickly. And I'm not sure Quadrant are going to let you do that.
At this point, I'm wondering, Mr. Dickinson only made one throw. Did he make multiple? So as of right now, Quadrant looks like they are ready to sweep as well. G1 did need something to happen here. We do see Swish coming with all full. They don't have the slays, and Chick recognizes that he's going to pull a flag of their own. So now they have a momentary standoff here and drop flag over towards the mid-map. Eventually, Swish ends up going down. He's already at a disadvantage in the slays department.
My love.
4 members go down for G1. Quadrant. Pop the return, they're going to get this one back to their home, and right now the clock starts to become a factor. 5 minutes, plenty time for 2-tap, but every single death on the side of G1 will make that an even more difficult, realistic opportunity to try and compete against.
And the one thing I'm worried about is now that Quadrant has hit 4 captures, that even if G1 are able to move a flag forward, whether they capture or not, they open themselves for a counterattack opportunity, which could cost them the game and also cost them the series. And as of right now, flag is moving up. It's going to be Bowman. Like I said, you have to not only catch the flag, but you have to stay alive. Do not allow Quadrant to get a counter pull, otherwise it may just cost us.
But trying to get one punched in forward one right now. Can't quite get it done, and the pull for Quadrant will make this even more difficult. Sika trying to stay alive. Legend in the back as well. They know he's here. He isn't going to be able to get his shield back, and that's a big play by Bone to make this a 2-score game.
Quadrant still pull that flag out and Slade coming in, but that capture for as right now, no counter pull just yet. In fact, Legend's trying to sneak in towards the back gate. He gets caught, and G1 put Quadrant 3 down in time for G1 to get aggressive.
Such a big capture for Quadrant. The pressure so much more on G1. Even when you get a counter capture, you're just literally getting back to the same game state you were just at moments ago, where it felt like the deck was set to get just still that on the clock. G1 running out of ammo. Second fight.
Tries to pull out the dealer, put it to work to try to gain some kind of access over towards the utility side, but he gets caught in dealt with. The same for Swiss, so momentary 3v2. Going to equal the situation just and now Precision feels so comfortable to push up because he has to go right back into things.
We better win this. Good.
Actually pulling the flag up. G1 as Chick is in the back of the base and he waves his hand. And this is where the game could get ugly for G1. Chaos ensues for Precision.
You're fucking stupid as fuck, bro. You're literally fucking retarded, bro. God, I carried the fuck out of you, bro. You had fucking 2 kills. Fucking sorry ass.
Bro, I'm only 3 years old, bro.
Let's go. 57 seconds, 2-tap advantage like we keep saying. And everybody's got to get on.
People get so mad.
But they need to find some kills first. Precision is able to find a base.
It's like, bro, my mouse and keyboard. I know I suck.
Shooting on the side of G1, both gets taken down. Quadrant stands strong on their util.
I'm glad G1 have been able to hold off the push for Quadrant, but at this point, you got to think every single trade, every single life that goes in favor of Quadrant just drains so much time off the clock. This started with, what, 3 minutes on the clock for them to capture 2 flags? Half of that is gone, and G1 haven't even got a pull.
Every single kill matters, and as 4 go down for G1, Quadrant continuing to push the pace, and they actually want the 5th flag, Tony. They're not satisfied with just winning this game. They want 5. They want to end it on their terms. Legend gets the flag across the Dynamos. Gonna be running the flag across his bridge here shortly, and as Legend punches this one in, you'd have to think this game's gonna end. Unfortunately, Legend has stopped. He's been able to get that flag touch, been able to get a few kills as well, and now in style, Legend can in this game.
High IQ play for Legend to drop that flag and trade out there, and he comes right back in. Doesn't have to catch the flag himself. His teammate's gonna do it for him, and with that quadrant, pull off the 3-0. They're advancing forward. G1, they're going home.
Goodbye, G1. It is bittersweet. Of course, Europe, they will go forward. Quadrant is still looking to be in this tournament. G1, we say goodbye, but we're heading on back now to FaZe versus Sentinels, another elimination match. And just want to point out here, the CTF Aquarius game we're about to get into here. FaZe are 8-0 on Aqua CTF. They've already capped 1, Center 4 and 3 in this game, map and mode. I mean, FaZe, defensive kings on this map. They actually allow a 6.0 steal, but only allow 1.8 caps on this map as well. So very happy for you to take the flag, but they will not let you get that flag in. Let's get into game.
Don't get tired of me, old man. We got another matchup here, and as of right now, FaZe are 2-0 so far in the series, and in the same position of Quadrant, ready to pull off the 3-0, but something tells me that Sentinels have come in with their A game. They're not going to go down easily.
Yeah, the big problem here is Sentinels are going to have to start yet another game in this series playing from behind, playing from a disadvantage, trying to figure out a way to tie this one up. Spartan gets into the base of FaZe Clan, but can't figure out a way to finish either kill, and because of that, they're not going to be able to get a flag on the move. FaZe Clan's defense stands strong.
3 members of FaZe making sure they push through this bridge side, and now they have that entire map available to them. Valkyrie and Lito on the far side, but they're going to wrap quickly. Lito over towards Util. He has the help he's looking for. FaZe wants to push up. They still have to deal with
I did say he carried me, but I also had some good assists.
He can't get it. That's a big kill by Royal to deny the flag from being on the move, and even though Spartan gets that kill, that flag staying in the window is everything for FaZe Clan to not have to worry about. Frosty doesn't have to worry about this return that's going to allow him to advance on the map and continue to pressure Sentinels, and we've seen them struggle with the amount of pressure that FaZe is on this year.
And Frosty's continue to chase down multiple members of Sentinels. That's 3 down. They're going to get a flag.
Respawn though. Back through stairs to the spawn they got. So there's still a couple of kills you think FaZe want to get before running this flag. Frosty is going to grab that flag, throw it out, and try to play his life from the base. The longer he stays alive, the better for FaZe. Unfortunately, he is taken down. Sentinels with the defensive stance, able to take down Frosty. That flag neutralized. Renegade finds the double. Royal 2 finds the third. And Booba Doobu looking around like, where's my teammates? The flag's about to be on the move.
That flag being used as a decoy to try to draw the attention of Sentinels and Royal 2. Not able to get the pulse. That flag will be reset on its own. Already has an opportunity to put it up again. Happens for teammates and then going down to want to take his time. But it looks like he's able to deal with the same flag.
Come off respawn and defend this base, keeping this at a 1-score game. That was a massive
situation. This next game is so important.
What the fuck?
But Frosty catches that straight grenade from Booba Doobu. Not sure how he was able to stay alive, but he found his teammate. He's also found the dynamo grenade. Sentinels continuing to control the mid-map, which is really good for them. But can they capitalize on it? Can they get a pull? Finally, Frosty goes down after the killing spree, and Spartan's gonna be the first one to grab a hold of that QT.
Spartan activates the QT, but right in Snakebite's face, that's free damage that he takes from Snakebite. Because of that, he gets taken down immediately. And with that, looking at the kill differential right now, FaZe Clan heavily outslaying Sentinels. It is just a 1-score game, but you have to figure out a way to keep up with the slaves of FaZe right now for Sentinels if you want to stay in this game and push this series to the very least of a game 4.
Yeah, it was just about, what, a little over 3 minutes ago I said there's plenty of time on the board, but you know what? Almost 4 minutes down right now, and Sentinels have haven't even gotten a single pull. FaZe's defense has been great despite Sentinel's offense towards the mid-map. Now they end up going 3 down. Make it 4. FaZe have successfully cleared out their base once again. Sentinels have to slay out once again.
You got to get props to Sentinels on how this is just a one-score game, but that being said, props don't show up in the scoreboard, and if you don't figure out a way to have some objective success for yourself, you're going to be going home here shortly. 4 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock now. Heat wave in the hands of Snakebite, and every kill they get is another 7 seconds that you put. Sentinels in the respawn right now. Snakebite finding a kill, Renegade finding a kill, Royal 2 in the back of their base. Sentinels are in a lot of trouble here.
And it's the same thing we saw in game number 2 and honestly game number 1. When it gets to that third quarter in the game, when the game goes deep and goes long, FaZe continue to get better and better in the Slaves department, and Sentinels continuously lose their lives, and they have to start valuing it if they're going to get a pull, let alone a flag cap, in the next 4 minutes and 11 seconds.
Continuously winning the battle of trades. FaZe find a double as Lethal able to trade out for Frosty right now. Renegade pressuring Sentinels continuously. 3 go down. Royal 2 getting control of his util closet here. Spots the player in the high hall, able to back down, play his life, has a teammate with him. Snakebite and Royal 2, the duo, clearing out that side of the map. And as Royal 2 figures that Snakebite has that under control, he rotates to help Respawner's pink side. A beautiful rotation to have impact everywhere on the map right now from Royal 2.
Royal 2, 16 kills and 11 assists. May have not had the best game number 2, but as right now, he's having one hell of a game number 3, and now you see him get away with that quantum translocator. We do see another flag being pulled. 3.5 minutes on the clock. Sentinels, where are you?
A little lost for Royal 2 right now. Thinking that somebody may have overextended doesn't quite help his team on the enemy side of the map right there. The flag is out bottom middle. Royal 2 does have the awareness that, hey, maybe nobody is actually at my base, so he's going to double back, use that QT to go back up top middle. Once again goes back, and Royal 2 gets the advantage on the Spartan, but a great job by Sentinels to once again in disfavorable positions keep this at a 1-score game.
Royal 2 so confident in this shot. He will chase you down. He just simply hits those, wins those fights, but Lethal does. Sneak away with the flagpole. Royal 2 answers back with a double kill of his own, and Renegade, he's dealing with just one more player that's being pesky. Boo Boo Doo goes down. That flag is stopped once again.
That flag is still out. Respawners trying to compete for it on the side of Sentinels. Renegade with a lot of responsibility to stay alive down on the side of the map. That flag does get returned, and Renegade does a phenomenal job to clear out that utility closet player, find that kill, and that kill allows his team to get the return, keeping them in the lead now with 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining.
Boo Boo is manning the P side, and I do see Royal 2 gonna go in for a challenge. This could be a huge kill, but the bait and switch simply too strong. Royal 2 sets him up. Renegade knocks him down real quick. Sentinel still able to push up over towards U2. I do see some present for Sentinels here. 2 minutes, still time, but Falcated, he just got left alone.
Sentinels are struggling so bad, getting 3 to 4 members of FaZe Clan down.
No.
4 down for Sentinels. Again, 2 members of FaZe Clan able to take space on the map. The QT in Frosty's hands now as he activates the top pink. He's going to be able to pressure Sentinels that are trying, forced to push now with 1 minute 44 remaining. Frosty has an opportunity to make a play.
I will say, for a team in FaZe Clan who are largely known for their offensive pressure, we're seeing some phenomenal flag defense coming from him. What exactly are you seeing from FaZe that are making it so hard for Sentinels to get any kind of pull on their flag?
Yeah, traditionally you want to get 3 to 4 members down on the side of Sentinels if you want to get a flag run realistically across the middle of the map. FaZe Clan are doing such a good job of finding ways to get kills, but in the meantime, 2 members of FaZe have found themselves in Sentinel's space. Boo Boo Doo has overextended, and he's actually been able to pull the flag. Can Sentinels get the kills they need to keep this flag on the move?
This could be the opening that Sentinels are looking for, but as I say that, another 2 down for each of these teams. Royal 2 is still able to get the return without taking any damage whatsoever. Less than a minute now. I said there was plenty of time. minutes ago, Wes.
Time flies, especially in the death cam right now. FaZe Clan outswing Sentinels heavily, and with those slays, TikTok goes the clock. Sentinels now, with your backs against the wall, are forced to try and make a play. They do momentarily have 3 down. This has got to be the life you do it.
You said time flies, but something tells me that Sentinels have not been having fun up until this point, but like you said, FaZe did end up going 3 down. This may be the opportunity that you have created, not look for, that you have created now. You have to execute right here, right now. Lethal doing a great job of staying alive. Falcated has entered the base, but they don't have the kills just yet. They need another round of slays. Who will get the first one? Falcated takes down Frosty. Renegade gets a double kill. 2 down once again. This is a piv, and as of right now, Boo Boo Doo Boo. He trades out.
Just a beautiful trade. Wow. The 4th one goes down again. FaZe Clan's defense stands strong, although the pie chart is out. It won't be out for long. No dessert will be had for Sentinels as FaZe Clan win this series 3-0.
Phenomenal job by
down to clutch? Is that down to a series layout factor? Is that down to who is just performing better on the day? What do you really think is actually going on there in terms of the competitive nature of this series?
Yeah, I think in this best of 5, FaZe Clan straight out outplayed Sentinels. They looked like they were more aggressive. They controlled the power on the maps more. They were more efficient. They had better teamwork. And if we had had an opportunity to go to a listen, and I guarantee you they sounded better as well. That is the FaZe Clan that you know can come through the elimination bracket and win the entire tournament. As we shift our eyes to the other side of the elimination bracket. Actually, this is the winner's semis, Tony. Both these two teams, I see them this late in the day, and I'm thinking elimination bracket. No, Native Red, Shopify, they're in the winner's bracket semifinals, competing for the top 3. Shout out to both these two teams for defying the odds up until this point. And as I finish that sentence, it's a 250 to 153 lead. Native Red will take a 2-1 lead in that series. As we're talking, ending on a triple cap there, just stunning stuff from what we're seeing. I mean, we didn't really, I didn't even get to glance over the stat. I didn't get to see anything of the end of that match. I was too busy laughing at Wes, trying to figure out what game we were going. Formidable stuff that we're seeing as I try and get some composure here. But to just kind of really set the table here with what we're watching, we've said goodbye to 2 incredible teams tonight. Sentinels and G1. That's crazy. I think just day 1 and the beginning of day 2 have really kind of pushed that into the narrative. The fact that open bracket teams have come forward really upset bigger teams. We're seeing bigger matches happening earlier on, and it's dropping massive teams down into the elimination bracket. We're saying goodbye early. Well, we talk about those losses in pool play, and like they really don't matter, and championship brackets starts now, and that's always like an interesting conversation. But hey, guess what? They actually matter, because look at who Sentinels lost to. They lost to SSG, and they lost to FaZe Clan. And what they found themselves top 8, top 6, not quite sure how the bracket.
Get in my popcorn. Oh, your Tetris movie?
Yeah, I guess this is it. I don't know. I just saw it said Tetris. I was like, wait.
Top 6, looking at a potential top 3 through winner side, because they created those upsets, gave themselves a bracket that was very favorable, and now they find themselves, although down 2-1, at least an opportunity and a puncher's chance.
They certainly did, Dean. I also think there's situations that kind of
That's the guy
happened
from,
that you weren't expecting, which really did start to tip the balance of our brackets. And even on one side, the winners bracket was heavily favored
really
down,
good actor.
you know, at the bottom. That was crazy. The Titans in the bottom of the winners bracket was nuts. And I think because of that LVT win against Space Station Gaming, pushing them to a totally different side, changes everything about that winners bracket. And we are seeing open doors for teams like Shopify and Rebellion to really go. And actually, Tony, the momentum for Shopify, being able to do that through the winners bracket, actually when they do start to meet some of the bigger dogs, inevitably so, I do think they're going to be ready because they've had series behind them and under their belts. And we're actually going to jump back into the Shopify Rebellion versus Native Red. They may be down in the series, but again, they have managed to sneak away a map from Native Red. But if Native Red can turn this
Two of them going yellow usual. Yellow court. Good kills. Car. I'm going blue util.
Native Red playing this perfectly, and rightfully so. These kids have so much Halo 5 experience that it doesn't Solitude, the remake, they are going to be very...
On dinos. I'm gonna flank bottom. Car.
Staying alive, watching every single flank, securing those kills, but they're doing the point. Showing you that he's still got it.
He says, hold my beer, Tony.
Got one in the base.
Shots, they retake the setup. Big opportunity to go up 1-0 shot.
Okay, they're gonna be on freezer.
Playing it slow, crouching behind the wall, finds moving over, extender, and suppress.
Blue base. The base still is started. Blue court. Blue court pushing the downward.
Still a chance for Shopify to compete for this first hill, but the kill's going to go in the favor of Native Red. And Black Wood and still in the favor of Native
Oh my god. One yeah. Blue yellow bridge.
A player in that hill, they're going to be able to make it.
Yellow court. Wow. Yellow bridge still there. Get me this guy here. Maybe blue bridge or yellow util. I mean blue util. Get the blue util.
They are forced to get out on the side of Shopify, and one player from Native Red actually makes his way from Flowers into the hill. That's going to be Soul Snipe. Soul Snipe's taking Blue right now. Needs to play his life, unfortunately. Not sure if he's going to have that opportunity.
Blue and yellow. I mean yellow base. Yellow util. Tripping out right there. One's in the dinos. On the car.
Still wasn't able to buy enough time for the rest of his teammates to come off the spawn. Not only does Native Red but on top of that, they have the spawn.
Gold
they
court.
have control of that. They have the first kill.
By the mid.
Off a double. Shopify Rebellion. They take control of the net zone on top of that. They lead out once again with the spawn.
The newcomer to this team making plays in a big series for this team, needing to try and figure out a way to not.
They're gonna be on yellow.
You're wanting to end their night at a 3-1 on the top three at the finish. The Red double, which is afforded Native Red over half of this second hill.
P2, blue. Top of flowers. They're gonna be on blue bridge or yellow bridge. I'm here on blue bridge. I'm gonna push the util. Here's one shot. Blue court, Mr. City.
Great flank by sight, winds up leading to
Blue Yuto.
And it's a 2-0 lead here for Native Red. 2.5 minutes on the clock. If they take this hill, I promise you.
He's hurt. Good kill. Blue Yuto. Way down. Car. Other car.
Native Red, looks like they want this a large control. They want to clear at with this bond.
We're gonna be in Blue Yuto. Go fixes.
Makes them kills with ease as they clear out Shopify Rebellion.
I'm making that.
2 minutes and 10 seconds. I feel like Native Red, they can play for time or they can play for the point.
Yeah, I think every second on the clock is just
Oh, what that broken.
So right now, Native Red are focused on flank. They have 2 down right now. They are able to hop
Go Yuto. I might die here.
Damn. This game is all but over.
2 yellow Yuto.
He's on Manny's radar, chased down quickly as Native Red looking to win the Slaves battle. Shopify Rebellion, they found a direct route into the hill, but some sniping the hands of your X-Factor. Body shot not going to be enough to stop Mental from chasing you down. Shopify Rebellion have done a great job over toward this bottom fifth hill. Native Red end up going 3 down. That's going to be an easy catch for Shopify Rebellion. Cycle.
1 shot. Top flash. Going blue bridge. I mean yellow bridge. Good nade. What the hell? I guess not.
You guys at home, we went to that second hill. We had over 2.5 minutes on the clock. At this point, Native Red, they just have to zone out just a minute. Slowing out, keep them out the hill, and they're advancing forward into the winner's
Dead.
final. That sees you 5 minutes in this tournament.
Top 3, whatever else you can perform on Championship Sunday. But right now, you got to figure out a way to guarantee your spot in that winner's bracket finals. Rain in the hill, freezing the clock. It's down under a minute, 50 seconds are left. That's my close. As we will be I believe that's probably a technical difficulty, and what a worse start to that one than that moment in that game.
From that moment, we will be back, folks, with what's going to happen at the end of that game and how that one is going to get worked out, because it was looking pretty good for Native Red there, I've got to say, in a certain moment in time. But then Shopify on the comeback as well. So, I don't know. What are you making of that? I think it's really going back and forth, and I don't know. I believe in Native Red, I think. For me personally, I think Torlik is stepping up. I don't think he had a great pool play, and I think him stepping up in bracket play and in this series is going to be huge for them. You need every single one of your players firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, I don't think anyone on Native Red had a great pool play, but it was such a game changer when they got into bracket play and they saw the bracket, they saw opportunity. They were 3rd in their pool, if you remember, advancing. And luckily, in this tournament, 3rd in your pool, stayed in winner's bracket. Native Red have taken advantage of that being the case here in Fort Worth, and they find themselves battling it out in the winner's bracket semifinals right now. And remember, the last time they made it to the winner's bracket semifinals, they were able actually to punch their ticket at last Worlds to a top 3 finish. And you know how much that haunted them. You know how much they want to get back to an opportunity to potentially be in a grand finals for the first time in their young careers. Suppress, this is the furthest he's ever been in winner's bracket. And wouldn't this be a special moment for him? With a new team, the event before Worlds, this team to get top 3, I mean, we have to have serious conversations about how competitive is Native Red for an actual championship.
Yeah, I think we do have to have those conversations. Looking at the winners bracket side of things, looking pretty good for them right now. And Matt Campbell figure out what happens at the end of that game 4 and whether or not it will go to a game 5. Do Shopify Rebellion have the ice to clutch up and take it all the way there and try and edge it out for the Slayer? I mean, Tony, Native Red, they've been very up and down this weekend so far. Haven't quite been, I think, the team that we had known, I think, like at the later half of the season last time. But they did start to awaken, like Wes said, at the right time. Do you feel like you've seen enough from them right now to go all the way like they did at World? Take that top 3 finish. Do you think they can do better than that? Do you think they have what it takes with this new addition? Not
One shot, B stage, left side trash. And one bottom pillows. So that one shot there. Kill him, keep going, keep going. Another one bottom. I got the box.
Obviously, I did not predict this exact scenario when it came down
He's one there. They're gonna be on B side. Good kills. Yeah, back and back C. They're gonna be in Camp A. Watch out for the purple street. I'm with you. Somebody has to watch my way while I'm playing this game. Good nade, another one there, another one there. Another one coming C driveway. He's pretty weak. Another one there. Back up, throw the nades. I'm gonna get the ball. We'll play that. Top C.
Ridiculous split forms and just, I mean, all over you like a hot rash. That's not good enough for me. I don't like that. I think we need to see a little bit more from Native Red. I understand maybe a couple of trades here and there, but it really was a lights out show for Optic Gaming in that final game fight.
I'm gonna play for Spanx.
If they can finish off Shopify Rebellion, they're going to have an opportunity to redeem themselves.
One more rocket.
People can evolve, people can adapt, and they can become champions.
He's dead. Rocket's still down. Push down on the D-pad. Really bad.
Enemy has the ball. The good thing for Shopify Rebellion, they got a lot of time. Obviously the time we get to
Laundry and the ATMs. Damn.
One thing is though, Native Red still have that advantage. They still kind of similar to his last position before. He finds a spot, he hunkers down, and he just becomes a very tough game for his team.
Yeah, this time around, Shopify able to get out of the early lead on that first, though. Trying to time
Trash. One's on trash.
always be 1 point up on Shopify.
What else am I doing?
Early lead here on this first hill. It is Snow Knight that's going to try and control this LR position. Enemy has the ball.
And I feel like this is all your fault. If you're Native Red, obviously we have the ball. But now you have to go out, no excuses, and do it again. We're able to hold out Shopify Rebellion for so long. Hold on to that lead, and you were so close. Just go out what you did what you did before, and maybe you come out on top. Momentum, and they'll simply run over.
Round 1. Back and forth, these two teams competing for this top of the hill. It's a very difficult one to try and really hold down for a significant amount of time, but it's about all tied up right now as Native Red have done a great job to respond to the early contact. Shopify have rewarded themselves. Right now, mid on top.
One check. Take the stick. Be down. All dead, all dead. Okay, they're spawning B side. They're gonna be spawning B side. It's bomb C. Remember, every time we guys die, You gotta say where we spawn so we know where to take the ball. So we don't throw it in their hands.
Kind of what we were at once before in that version.
Yeah, they're spawning A side. Take the ball. Yeah, they're shopping.
Shopify Rebellion, they're going to set up. They're going to get some valuable time here. Maybe the final player alive chases always towards bottom mid. Shopify, they still find no
Bottom C, bottom C. Another one there, one shot. Good kill. Grab the ball.
But now, just 20% to go for Shopify as they're able to pick up a couple of kills. This LR position so important to significantly gain some of this time. But it does look like the Shopify team has been able to focus on the site. This is going to put them in a very difficult position.
One shot tires. Two tires short. Another one tires. Throw it out, throw it out. Throw it out. Put it in the purple. And see driveway ATM. See driveway. Go for the ball.
Was unacceptable. Soul's Life had tweeted out right afterwards. That was
I've got to say as well, lads, they need to do it there and now. They need to make sure they get over the line. I mean, and not only that, Native Red, actually, they probably
one shot B.
too bad about the
Maybe a two shot now.
risking the hill here because Politics plays next. And that is going to be really, really difficult in terms of this game, I believe. I'm looking at some of the stats here and Shopify did 2 in that last final game.
We'll see if they can get there, but right now they're ready to win this series here 3-1. It would be a significant change of pace and change of result here in game 4 for Shopify to turn down for Shopify once again. Seems like they're clicking right now. Pollock with 12, Suppressed with 13, leading the lobby.
Not me. ATMs. Going top purple, top purple. Top purple, back of A, back of A. Got the ball, got the ball.
We have the ball. in the game. 2-0
oh yeah.
would be this third hill.
And this play is continuing to go in Native Red's favor. 4 down, and teamwork of Native Red is so pure right now as they're able to get feet back in the hill. And they're looking to push this to a 3-0 lead if they capture this hill. A 3-0 lead with a minute and 38 clock. Even if they don't neutralize it for 1 second on the shot, this game is going to be
Bro, this game.
Shopify Run has to stop Native Red right play this hill with a minute and a half on the clock. They were going to play the shot clock. And eventually, Shopify Rebellion goes 3 down. There's not a single player available to play that hill. Ryan understands that. He's always playing towards the next one. Wins a pivotal battle on the talent. Native Red into the back. Back to back 3 down. Native Red has
to go back to cover. ATMs.
continues to make a statement here. 20 kills to his team. However, they do go 4 down. Shopify with one last desperate attempt will get into this hill. They will need 3 points to take this game into overtime. Right now, 33 seconds on the clock. They are knocked out of the hill, knocked back into the respawn screen, and Native Red are closer and closer to ending this series.
You see the pings coming out. From Suppress, he's trying to feed that information to the rest of his. They need to identify where that pressure's coming from. One more round of slays could be you moving into the winners bracket finals. Could be you getting your revenge potentially on Optic on your way to the grand finals. It looks like there's a player that sneaks in. He ends up going down. 6 more seconds. Ryan has to desperate over toward the hill. He's going to be shredded. Just 4 more seconds and that's going to be it. It looks like Native Red are going to the winners finals.
Well done, boys. A rematch against Optic Gaming is on the cards for Sunday, Championship Sunday, I'm sorry. And what a better way to kick off our Championship Sunday than to have those two go at it after the series they had at SLC, the Game 5 that they remember all too well. They will have another opportunity to take down the Giants in Optic Gaming.
I may not be getting my Chick-fil-A tomorrow, but what I will be getting is Native Red in the winners bracket final. Going up against Optic. Winner of that makes it to the grand finals with that advantage. Man, those boys must
be proud. Looking across the score here for Native Red, although Shopify TF Empyrean from them, it just went on a battle there in that game number earlier on. We got a few of this. Native Red did not want to go to that because Shopify Rebellion been looking pretty primed to take that one. They are 3-1 and a motor, and overall in Slayers actually too bad. And Native Red 16-17, so pretty even there. It was a bit of a coin toss. A coin toss. Wow. Wow. I'm tired, guys. I don't know if you can tell this. I think I might be ready for bed, and I'm sure a few of our teams will be too. But like I said, it was great that Native Red managed to cut that one down and make sure they got it done by that map number 4. Great stuff overall. Are you impressed with this? Because Suppressed, for me, has been a standout. What a pickup, and what the right time for him to go off.
Yeah, I know we might have a bunch of stream parties watching this game, this series, and wondering who is Native Red. I'm not surprised at all. Native Red have done so much work to get here. Towards the end of Halo 5, coming into Halo Infinite, have put in so much time, and it's no surprise that they are very successful on a Halo 5 remake of Plaza in Solitude. What a game for them to end it on, and it will be a pleasure to see them compete against Optic Gaming tomorrow in our winners bracket finals.
It certainly will be. The winners bracket is looking stacked, of course, and Native Red, they make it out of it on the upper side of the winners bracket to meet Optic Gaming. Let's take a look at the elimination bracket to see who we've still got left in this race. And it will be Shopify Rebellion moving on down to meet FaZe in the quarterfinals. They did play earlier on. They managed to squeak a map away from FaZe, but FaZe did have the better of them in that series. We'll see if Shopify are up to the task and challenge tomorrow. And we're actually watching Quadrant versus Space Station finals in this elimination bracket, and that's the question is right now for the EU team, this powerhouse of a squad coming is can they do it against SSG? The SSG playing up against Optic Gaming, I was so impressed with Tony. They are really, really scary when they are definitely on the back foot. And that is something I don't want to mess with if I'm Quadrant. How are you feeling about that matchup?
I'm just feeling this is a wonderful time. Enemy flag oh my god, I'm thinking Native Red to win this bracket 5. Had you predicted that, like I said, Quadrant going up against an SSG, they're still trying to go back-to-back land champions. There's still a tough matchup for Quadrant. If I'm Quadrant, I do not want to run up against SSG, but
We always say Quadrant are the European version of SSG. Their play styles are so similar. I'm looking forward to seeing a battle with a clash of the Titans there in that one bracket.
What happens when they butt heads? I mean, that's the big question. What do you often see when they do clash? What We need to talk, of course, about what is coming up next in our roadmap, and that, of course, is the Halo World Championship. This is what we're playing for here. The qualifications, the confidence going into this ultimate event happening at the end of our season. 15 in the of Halo. You can go and pick up tickets right now at halo.gg/Halo WC 2023. Make sure you are there. You've been enjoying all of the action this weekend, and I promise you're going to be enjoying what is on offer over in Seattle. Now, we also have something very special going on tomorrow for Championship Sunday, and that is a rematch. Titans, Golden Boy and Walshy, the duo on the cast, enemies off screen, the big team battle bonanza happening tomorrow, the big at 11:05 a.m. Really looking forward to this. Golden Boy has won every single one of those so far. Walshy is beltless. His pants are practically falling down on the stage, so he certainly needs a belt to hold those one up. And also,
for God's sake, Dave, for the love of all of us here on the desk, like, please figure it out and get a win.
Please.
I mean that, please.
That would be amazing. We're trying to get into a championship tomorrow. Ultimate championship on the main stage of our final major of this season. So, boys, thank you so much. Thank you for joining me bright and early tomorrow. Day 2, the big jump stage 1. The open bracket teams would stir up the pot. Boy, oh boy, did they. Incredible scenes from all of our teams today with action in the form of upsets, sweeps, and down to the wire series. What more can you ask for? Well, I know what. Championship Sunday. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed yourself, and we'll see you bright and early tomorrow. Good night, stars.
Canal de Halo por la red. Thank you so much. Hello everyone. Vamos a hacer un momento, si es cierto. Bien dicho, cartón. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much. Hey, hello, how are you? Hello everyone. Voy a hacer un momento. I'm doing a moment right now. It is a meta or something that you can redeem in the chat. It is for everyone. It is free. But yeah, thank you so much for the raid.
Enemy flag carrier spotted.
No scope.
Target spotted. Hell of a job, Spartan.
They're under us.
Power items inbound.
Flag return. remaining.
Target spotted. Better them than us. Our team took the enemy flag. We've lost. Enemy that. Power weapons on the way.
Enemy flag returned.
Power weapons available.
Nice shot. Perfect. Double kill. Enemy flag returned.
What's left of it? Target spotted.
Closing in. Sniper, keep your head down. Enemy flag returned.
Didn't see that coming. Our team took the enemy flag.
Enemy flag returned. 1 minute remaining. Seconds remaining.
Now, take their flag. Power item down.
Flag captured. remaining.
Watch your back, Spartan. Oh, thank heavens. A long-range weapon.
In my sights.
Enemy flag returned.
Enemy there.
Flag returned.
Target spotted.
Like my teammates are never in position.
In my sights. Enemy there.
Power items on the way. They have our flag. Enemy flag carrier revealed. Power items available.
Enemy there.
This is, without question, my favorite weapon.
In my sights.
Nasty way to go.
Hail Mary.
In my sights.
Killing spree.
Enemy flag carrier spotted.
Flag returned. One minute remaining.
Power items on the front.
Enemy flag returned.
Let's run for our lives back to base. You've been spotted.
Bruh.
Enemy flag returned. Seconds remaining.
Now, their flag.
Flag returned. Goal line stand. 10 seconds.
There is why I picked you.
They're under us.